Okay, welcome to the adventure tonight. This is the Lost Village adventure. I'm writing this for my other channel, Bandit's Keep. You can see how the adventure was created there, but we're going to play through it tonight and see what happens. See how it plays out. Maybe make some changes and stuff like that. And that's one of the every new adventure is a playtest, as I say. And I have willing victims, so we're going to go through this. And it's a second level adventure for BX or OSE. And what's happening here is that, like a long, long time ago, there was the wars between all the various countries, mostly human, of course, and lots of areas got basically decimated that were kind of in the boundaries between these kingdoms, including an area called the West Peninsula. But as of late, there's been peace, and the current duke that's kind of in charge of this area realizes that there was a lot of fields that could be used for harvest, there were groves and other types of things there. There was mining. So he's given writs to various groups, including your group, to clear areas that can be opened up for those processes. You will receive 3 gold pieces per resident per year for your life, and will move into your family. So basically, you're getting a long-term investment here. If you're able to clear out this area. And the writ that you've gotten is for an area there was once called Large Crop. It was an area of orchards, so apple orchards. So the great cider was made there, many, many years ago. However, of course, because the human population had moved from these areas, they have been, let's say, occupied by such monsters that the villagers probably would want to live next to. So your goal here is to come into this village and kind of clear it out, so we can make room for the human settlers, as it would be. And all that is not such a big deal, except for the fact that this particular village was one of the last to fall, and was apparently defended by a magic user who, let's say, used a scepter, or so they say, a powerful scepter to ward off the invaders, and may have left the land cursed. So there's kind of 2 things here. You want to get, let's evict the current inhabitants, as well as kind of find the scepter, or proof anyways that maybe that's a rumor, so people will want to settle here. That's kind of your goal as you're moving into this. It's about a 3 days journey down. These roads still exist, these old highways from the ancient kingdoms. So it's a fairly fast journey, about 3 days, down to the general area that you need to be in. Nobody's been there. You just have your block of land. You know where you're going. You have a map. So you're not exactly sure who's occupying, and or if they want to leave. So that's kind of where we're at. So before we get too much into this, let's go through, intro your characters. And we'll go from there. So I will start actually with I guess that's Tony.
Rollis Sweeney, as she tells you her last name is very unassuming, and always has been studious in her books and things that she likes to study growing up. But she was also very weak and did not make very wise choices, always getting into something she shouldn't have been getting into as a child. But she feels like she should have been admitted to one of the universities to study, that she felt like she was smart enough, but rejected time after time. She had to take to doing what she had to do on the streets to make enough coin to live on. And she still walks around with her books and papers and stuff, though, as she has the young boy by the name of Red. But you see Red walking behind her, carrying most of her stuff, her bow, some of her other things that he's carrying. But he's also got this mace swinging by his side, his most treasured possession is the henchman. But Red, as you will notice, has a very bad hair dye right now. His hair is like dark black looking almost, but everybody calls him Red. But Rollis is going along right now, musing to herself about things that she read in the past town they just come from. And she looks towards the next party member that's walking next to her, and she goes, "You did know that those bees, they're not the kind that make the honey that we can take and heal from, right? I did tell you that, right? That is Rollis Sweeney, the thief."
Excellent, excellent. So, walking near Rollis, maybe very interested in honey is Young's character.
Hey guys, I'm telling you, this is a great deal. When we get there and find this settlement and have people settled, we're going to be rich. We're going to be taxing people. It'll be a worthwhile adventure. I'm telling you. And he turns around and looks at his retainer, and he says, "Okay, so long as you pay me, okay?" And the halfling pats him on the back, or tries to. He like jumps up there and pats him on the back and says, "Oh, don't worry, you're not gonna get hurt in this adventure. Just rely on me." And the henchman looks sort of apprehensive, but he just nods. And so, what was that about, honey? And Fabrice, the halfling, just shrugs and, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna get some beekeepers. And that's Fabrice, the survivor of the previous adventure.
Nice, one of the few, right? although he's calling himself Caracol currently. Oh, okay. Nikki, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Dorcas. He's a thief as well, and he is kind of eyeing Rollis. He's like, "Oh, a studious thief, are we? Well, that's very interesting. I'm not one for the books myself, but perhaps we could discuss what you're reading one of these days." And he tosses his luxurious head of hair. And he says, "I could give some tips to your little friend there, Red. About his hair. It's not quite up to the standards of our adventuring party. Not really. What would you think, Nils?" And he looks at his retainer, Nils, who is a magic user. And that is Dorcas, the thief.
Nice. All right. Mike, tell us about your characters.
You see a very large, rotund, garishly dressed fighter. At least that's what he appears to be, by the sword that is bouncing along in its scabbard against the gravel as he kind of stumbles down the road a bit. His green tunic is stained with gravy and the remnants of many dinners. You see many handprints across it. A tankard hangs around his neck and a thin gold chain, and a large hat with a very pronounced feather is there. His bulbous nose that is broken out in the spider webs of alcoholism is prominent on his face. And Sir Poyton turns to his priest that he keeps with him, and he says, "Brother and Andronicus, I think there's something I need to confess. I have no idea what I'm doing here. So please, a blessing, perhaps. Now, a little, just please, as we go forward to victory, and on, and on. Anyone have something to imbibe?" And that is Sir Poyton Domo.
Nice. So, Crystal, does your characters have anything to imbibe?
As Engel walks along, she pushes her red hair to the side, and in her other hand she tosses a smooth stone up into the air, catching it. She says, I'm afraid, Pointus, perhaps you've imbibed a little too much. But, you know, Rollis, I'm really glad that you're one of the studious types, because once I make my school here, I'm going to need some good teachers, and you look like you have much that you could teach, much experience at your hands. I can't quite wait for that. Then she looks to the girl following her and says, Now remember, Robin, I gave you that sword, but it did good use should any wild monsters pop out. And her assistant, Robin, nods and says, Well, I think I'll stick with my crossbow first. And that is Engel and Robin.
Sounds like Robin is wise. So your instructions tell you to follow the main road for about 3 days' journey, which are coming to the end now, and you will cross a bridge. Below is a minor river. I mean, one that you could probably ford if you needed to, but of course, there's a bridge here. And once you cross the bridge, broken off to the north is an old kind of road that heads to the village that falls under your writ. So we'll say that you're coming. You've arrived at this river now. So you're basically standing on this very, very ancient stone bridge. The architectural style is simple, and even though you know it's quite old, there's almost no decay. Like it was well built. And you can see on the other side that there is, once you get to the other end, there's kind of like a branch off to the north. That road was probably cobble, you imagine, at some point, as you can see by some of the tossed stones and stuff. But the grasses and weeds and stuff have definitely overtaken it. It shouldn't be too hard to follow, but it's definitely doesn't look like it's been used, at least not to come to where you're at, very often in the time since the Great Wars.
Yes, let this bridge be known as Domo Bridge, for I have liberated it.
Well, since this bridge exists, surely it already has a name?
Yes, Domo Bridge. See, the air reeks of victory.
Well, certainly your breath reeks of something, poison.
Yes. Onward! Let us not, what is it? We should move on. Let us dally. Let us not dally here anymore.
Are we on horseback, Daniel, or on foot?
You're on horseback, yeah.
Yeah, after he finishes his speech, Rollis is going to take off real fast and ride past Porton and all of them, and she's going to ride up to the edge of the bridge and like way back on her horse and stop it and go, well, Sir Porton, you said this bridge, I haven't studied this before, but you said this bridge was named after you, and well, why don't you come on across first and make sure the sturdiness of it is good enough for the rest of us?
Why, of course. Of course this is. Forward! And he rides forward.
Yeah, you notice as you're kind of crossing the bridge that it's kind of a strange design. Again, it's very ancient, and the way the stones are kind of locked together, there are like some areas where it seems that there's very intentionally gaps so that any water that hits the bridge actually goes through and down into the river as opposed to running down and ruining the roads. It's very different than anything you've seen before. And yeah, when you cry, it's very, very strong bridge. And when you cross to the side, you see again that path to the north. Based on your map and what you were told, it should be about an hour walking to get to the village that you're looking for. Large crop.
As you can see, you have nothing to fear.
Rawless turns back and looks towards Red and goes, the only thing you have to fear from him is his drinks. So you're young and I'm trying to teach you the right way. Stay away from him. Do not imbibe in his drinking at the campsites anymore. It's just thought across the bridge at a slow gait.
Fergus will follow her. He'll say, "You are very wise, Miss Ross. Is this because of all your book learning?"
Yes, I was shortlisted for the magnificent Marvel University, but I mean, well, they took the other girl instead. But anyway, I was shortlisted. I was supposed to go there,
Well, soon enough, Robus, you will have your own class to teach, and you won't have to put up with those other university snobs.
Well, and I hope that Porton doesn't get a job there teaching whatever he teaches either. I don't know if I could stay around him all day long. It's nice to get away every once in a while from his presence.
Well, perhaps, we will need a janitor, so.
Well, yes.
Okay, so you follow the track of land, what was once a minor road. It runs along the river, which again was pretty running. It was not very deep, but fairly wide where the bridge went over it. You notice it seems to narrow, and you're kind of getting up higher as you go, like not super high, but whereas you were almost at the river level before, now you've got a pretty steep bank, maybe 10 foot down to it. And you can see, based on the darkness of the water, as the river narrows, it's getting pretty deep as you move up along this path, and it is very, very overgrown here. The cobbles are basically destroyed by time. The trees are thick, and when you look off into the woods, you maybe occasionally hear some noise from birds or something. It's hard to see more than a few yards into the thick forest. Of course, the other side, you see the river to your right, essentially, and that's clear. You can see all of that. And on the other side, it looks the same. Basically, trees. This place looks like a true wilderness.
Well, it doesn't look like Fabrice will have much trouble walking through this. I mean, as low to the ground as he is.
Hey guys! Woo! I finally caught up with you. Your horses are so fast. And he looked at you guys and says, "Well, are we here? This is it?"
We're getting close, I think. You don't have to ride a pony. You could ride a real horse.
Well, I tried one time, but I just can't reach the stirrup.
Well, I could have Red. He's pretty good at carpentry. He could build you a little stool that you could carry with you, or have your friend carry it.
Well, that sounds pretty good. But perhaps later, right?
Of
I
course,
think
silly.
we should rest for a moment. Perhaps a break. A time for some chicken, perhaps? A little bit of wine? Chicken and wine?
Do we really
cheese?
have time to stop and start a fire and all that? That would take quite a bit of time, unless.
An army moves on its stomach. Have you not heard that?
Oh, Ingle, can you start a fire quicker for him?
One cannot expect us to go into a fight starving.
He is precisely right. We should eat, and then we should sit around and eat some more before we jump into this, right?
Exactly. And perhaps if we nap a little. A good nap will do us well. We'll be well rested.
Yes, sir. A heroic nap. And then when we wake up, we can have more food.
Yes, why not just make this area our home and lay here and rest and make merriment?
Well, that's the idea, isn't it? I mean, to tame the wilderness here so that we could have people settle here and pay us taxes.
Well, the place that we hope to settle is further up.
Yes. This is nothing but a resting space. Are you some sort of dullard?
Maybe. I think that's kind of insulting. But I'll fetch you some food anyway.
Okay, so you're gonna make a fire. I'm sorry, what's your character's name, Young?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you jump down, or climb down, or however you get off your pony, and you start collecting wood, or clearing an area, and you notice actually that even though this place seems really wild, so it really sticks out to you, that you can actually see that there's some low branches that are kind of the dried branches that you would break off or whatever for a fire. You can see that many of them look like they've been stripped, like somebody has done this recently.
Guys, I think there's been some other folks here.
Really?
What makes you say that?
Look at those branches. It looks like somebody broke them off.
Maybe an animal?
I don't think so. Well, I mean, I could hardly reach it because he's so high up there. It has to be something that a human or an elf did.
Why is it always the elves that everyone blames? In my studies, they are some of the smartest, most intelligent people out here.
An elf, you say?
No, I knew an elf once. And he kind of looks at his battle axe. And he's like, she was actually quite smart. And she could have done something like this. Would you like me to try to follow the trail and see if I can discover who has left these traces?
Just a moment, Dorcas. Let me walk up there and look at this and see if maybe I can tell from something I've read about nature if this is maybe an animal that actually did this. And Rallis is going to move up and observe the branches and leaves and see if she can tell if it was maybe just some animal coming along eating.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, Rion.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Dorcas crosses his arms and says, I'm telling you, it has to be something that people did. Or something that animals would have done. But go right ahead.
Yeah, you move up to the Ross. You move up to the trees, and you can see that as the halfling pointed out, the branches are coming out, and there's those small twigs that die first, and you can break them off for your quick tinder stuff. And you do see exactly that, and they seem to be broken off anywhere from about 2 foot off the ground to about 5.5, 6 foot. So pretty much in that range. And what you notice though is that as you go deeper down the branch to where the fresher wood would be, where possibly an animal might chew on it or something or that kind of thing, there's no sign. So you don't think that it was an animal that broke it. Also, it's very consistent. The branches are stripped, so it's not like a handful of branches here and there. It's very much methodical in the way they're taken off.
Fabrice, maybe you can have an extra biscuit at dinner because it appears that you are correct. This is man-made or elven-made.
Well, if it's elves, then we should move on. One cannot trust them.
Afraid of that.
Oh, goody.
Yes. Hand me a leg or a breast.
But what does that mean? If others were here, then are we just being too kind? Because we have this writ that says that if we're able to clear out the area and settle folks, then we're going to be able to collect the taxes. But if there are other people here, then who gets to actually collect the taxes from the region that we're heading to?
If they're elves, I don't think they're that interested in taxes, to be honest. Elves typically aren't interested in much, but, cavorting and various things.
No, they're thieves and brigands. Let us get them. They're nothing but brigands. They'll
I
be
don't
taking our land.
I don't know. I mean, elves are pretty pleasant to be around. They have some great music, you know.
No, they'll be wanting to turn this into some forest or something. When this is nothing but good agricultural land.
I like agriculture, and I like potatoes.
Then we must stop them.
We do need
Onward, I say. Let's go then.
Does someone have
yes.
a breast for me?
That's right. We stopped there to get some food. Let me get some more wood. And he goes up there and tries to gather.
No, we don't have time for that. Just hand me a breast.
Jeez. All right.
Go ahead and Fabrice, roll. Oh, can you roll wrong or no? Since you're Dungeons and Driving.
I all right. I can roll.
A D6. D6.
I got 3.
Okay. You are actually you go to get the wood, and then you kind of hear Bolton tell you not to. You kind of turn around, and as you turn, you see something out of the corner of your eye. You kind of look and narrow your eyes a little bit, and you can see there's a figure, maybe 5 foot tall-ish. It's hard to judge. They seem to be crouched down into the some bushes about 60 yards away. You see kind of a glint of a helmet, so they're wearing some kind of a helmet, and they seem to be watching you or hiding from you, from what you can tell.
Well, he's gonna yell out, "Hey, over there! I know that you're watching me, and you're probably watching me watching you, because I can see your helmet. Come out of there already."
You see the helmet kind of go down further into the bush.
Oh, brother, that is such an amateur's move. I mean, you're looking at a halfling who's really, really good at hiding. I gotta tell you, that's not how you hide. This is how you hide. Then he starts running back real quickly, farther away from him, and dives into a pile of bushes or something.
Okay.
Who is Fabrice speaking to? Does anyone have any idea?
None whatsoever. Perhaps we should check it out.
I'm sure it's these elves and their tricks.
And Fabrice is trying to hide in the wilderness.
You're gonna try it. Okay. Good. 90% chance of that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You guys see Fabrice disappear into the bushes, and nothing's moving or anything where he's at.
Well, the last time he did that, when we were out going, it was that white rabbit that went across the road in front of him, and he disappeared in the bushes chasing that white rabbit.
So he is one to run off, are you saying?
Yes, anything catches his fancy.
Not mentally stable? A bit addled, perhaps?
Yes.
Fine. Let us venture forth and see what is there.
Dorcas will kind of see where the halfling disappeared a little bit and head over that way sneakily.
Okay. You're going to move over to where the halfling is. So not, because basically, I mean, you don't know this, obviously. For me, sorry, Dorcas doesn't know this, but the halfling ran away from the thing, right? So you're going to go that way. Okay. Yeah. So you guys start to move over in that direction. I'm trying to figure out where you'd be. Okay. Go ahead and roll a, let me see, actually, since you're hiding. Roll a d6 to see if you're surprised.
Okay, D6. All right. Let's see. 4.
Okay, so you're not. So yeah, you're kind of moving. You start to move like in looking down, make sure you don't step on anything. And you kind of look, and just as you kind of look out of the corner, you see 2 figures clad in. They've got kind of like these helmets that have kind of like they're not horns, but they kind of have like spikes of metal coming up. Their faces, they've got the chin straps, and they've got kind of like a chain link. So they're basically chainmail armor with. They're lifting bows actually to shoot at you. They've got some like camouflage, for lack of a better word, where they've got some like bushes stuck into their armor, but they are very, very kind of like their skin is very gray and tight, and they're pretty thin. You've seen elves before. They don't look like elves. They don't have that like beauty that elves have. They've got almost like an animalistic countenance, and there's 2 of them, and they're kind of spread out a little bit, about maybe like 15 feet apart, and they're both lifting up short bows to basically fire onto the group. They're about 60 yards away. So everybody sees this, of course, because nobody was surprised. So let's just quickly go through and see what everybody wants to do. We'll start at the top. Tony, what do your characters want to do? You see these 2 things standing up.
Yeah, Rollis was just about to ask Ingle something about she'd done in the past when Dorcas, mentions those, and we see those 2. She is going to do her best to. She sees what the halfling did, so she is going to try to move silently and move into a bush that's close to her and just kind of stand there.
Okay, so you're gonna try to get.
She's going to have red, throw her bow as she's going that way.
And what is Red going to do?
He's just mainly carries all of her stuff right now, so he's just going to get her bow and arrow and hand to her.
Okay.
So he's just going to stand kind of back for now.
Fair enough. How about, Dorcas, you're moving towards the bush, but clearly you were sighted. So what about you and your followers?
Mills is going to back away. Or he's going to start to be like, oh, no, magic user bows. Not a good idea. And Dorcas is actually going to draw his own short bow and just kind of get it ready.
All right. How about Fabrice and company?
Fabrice is actually gonna, prepare his sling, but he's gonna stay hidden for now, basically observing what's happening. And his henchman is actually gonna try and take cover behind one of the larger trees and lock and load.
Okay. But he's got a missile weapon, right? So you could still shoot. I mean, anybody that has a missile weapon you can move and shoot. In BX. Actually, no, you can shoot and then move. I guess is how it works. So if you want to get behind cover first, then you'd have to wait. But yeah. Anyways, Mike, how about you?
Poynton's going to unsheath Wormbiter, and he is going to ask Andronicus to hand him a wineskin.
Okay, going sword. And finally, Ingle and company, Crystal.
How far away are the archers currently?
60 yards.
Oh, okay. Ingle is going to take cover behind a tree, and Robin is going to ready her crossbow to shoot back.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so we're just going to go with you, Crystal. Roll initiative for your side. They got 3.
We got a 4.
Okay, you're all going first then. Okay, so anybody moving to cover or whatever does that first. Or moving period, I suppose. Then missile attack. So whoever was shooting, if they've got a missile weapon, Ingle, Robin was shooting with the crossbow, right?
Right.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
She's gonna miss.
Okay. All right, and okay, so Ingle just went behind cover. So you're just standing there at the blade. Did you move at all, Bulletin? Or are you just gonna? Sorry, you drew your sword. I know, and asked for a wineskin, but did you actually move towards the?
No, I'm waiting for the wineskin.
Okay, that's right. That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure I didn't want to look. Okay. All right, Dorcas, you're using your bow.
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay. Rolling. Ooh, that's an 18 on the dice. So
that's gonna hit. I'm sure. Their AC is 6.
Okay. And the short bow
D6.
does. Yep, 6 points. 6 points of
Oh,
damage.
all right. Yeah, you raise your bow, shoot it right. This guy's kind of puffed up his bow, and your arrow just sinks right into his chest, and he like kind of, he's like half pulled, so he like looses into the ground and crumbles as he dies. Okay. Sling. Oh, you were waiting, right, to see what happened. So you're not going to sling this round, correct? Breeze.
That's correct.
Okay, and rolls. You have your bow, Tony, so you can shoot if you want. I mean, you're hiding.
Yeah,
Do you want to shoot from?
Yeah, she's not actually going to shoot right now because in her
Okay.
mind, she's not very wise. So she's thinking, why are these two idiots attacking all 5 or 6 of us? And so she's just sitting there hiding, watching them, and she sees Dorcas make that magnificent shot and go, I guess he'll take out the next one. I'm not good at these skills. And she's just going to stand behind and kind of hide with her bow ready.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, the one guy that's still standing, he's going to loose an arrow before he decides what he wants to do. I guess he's going to shoot. I'm just going to roll randomly for basically. There's a whole lot of you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Dorcas actually is who's going to get shot at.
Makes sense. I did just kill his.
You just killed
chum.
you. Oh, they rolled a 5. So oops. The young just came and went again. So yeah, he looses his arrow, probably in fear, and he, like, the one guy drops it, he kind of shoots his arrow, it hits a tree. Probably one of you guys that's cover behind a tree, it sticks into that tree, and you're probably like, but he was actually aiming at Dorcas. And you could see that he looks around after shooting the bow, realizing how quickly you took out the guy, and he seems unsure at this moment. But what does everybody want to do? Crystal? There's only one guy as far as you can tell.
Ingle is going to stay hidden, and Robin's going to shoot at that guy with a crossbow.
Okay. Dorcas, let's go. Nikki, your characters.
If he's looking a little unsure, I'm going to say to him, well, wait to miss. Why don't we talk for a bit, so I don't kill you like I just did your friend?
You're going to say that in what language? Yep. Common?
I don't think I speak anything else.
Okay. Okay.
It doesn't say.
Well, what's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 14.
Oh, actually, you should speak at least one other language. Let's give a 20% chance you speak the right language. So just give yourself a 20% chance.
Okay. I will roll. Got a 2.
Okay, yeah, you do. Do you recognize, just as you're about to speak, that this is actually a hobgoblin?
Ah.
Yeah. So you could say it in hobgoblin.
I will say it in hobgoblin. Yep.
Okay. Ingle?
Can Ingle say something?
Sure, you can.
Ingle's going to say out in halfling, now would be a good time to come out of hiding. And Robin's just going to shoot.
Okay.
Robin's.
Bolton? I'm sorry, go ahead, Crystal. Mike?
Oh,
What you
yes.
got?
I'm going to quaff some of the wine,
Okay.
and I will look, and I will wave the sword and go for victory and honor, and I will charge him.
Excellent. Okay. Victory and honor, you charge. How about Fabrice and company?
Fabrice pops his head out of the bushes, and he says, "Ooh, did you call upon me?" And then he readies his sling and lets it fly.
Okay, so you need a missile shot. Okay, go ahead, Crystal, roll initiative for your side. Ooh, they got a 6 this time.
3.
Okay. The guy with the bow, he drops flat to the ground, basically, giving it completely obscuring himself from where he was. He won't be. He's essentially got full cover because there's so many trees and stuff around. He just drops to the ground, and you hear like some scurrying. Like he's probably trying to crawl away. So anybody who was going to be shooting a missile weapon, if you want to try to shoot him, you're going to be -5. But otherwise, or you could just not shoot. So we'll just roll through. And actually, Balta was running up there, right? You're the only one that was running up there. So, okay. Yeah, so you run up, and you get about, 30 yards or so, maybe about halfway. And when you do, you kind of just out of the corner of you see some reflections of metal, just as 3 guys with spears stand up and try to stab you because they were waiting in ambush. The first one rolls a 6. What's your armor class?
5.
Okay. Okay, so they need a 13. Okay, so first guy hits you. Second guy misses. Third guy misses. Okay, so only one of them is able to hit you with his spear. Ooh, for 5 points of damage, though. And the other 2 just kind of miss. Yeah. So I guess that happened as well. So you could also, anybody who's missile, now you also see 3 more guys with spears who just popped up. So you could aim at the guy that's in the bush, or you could shoot these guys that just stood up. So let's roll through back again. Who was shooting again? I'm trying to remember. Fabrice was, right? So go ahead, Jan. Who are you shooting at? Who are you targeting? If you're shooting still?
One of the guys that probably popped up.
Okay, spear guy. Go for it.
With a roll of 3, it's not going to hit anything.
Yeah, no. No, the sling stone flies wild. Robin was shooting as well, right?
Yeah. Robin will turn to one of the guys in the bush, and Robin hits armor class 2 for max 6 damage.
That hits. Let me see how many hit points I got hit.
Nice.
Shot. Oh, all right. This is you hit a hardy one. He's still up. Still very hurt. Okay. Dorcas, you called out. Did you want to shoot now that you just saw this was an ambush? Or no? I mean,
yes.
It's not like you didn't have your bow out. Okay, you can do it.
And I will look back at Nils and say, maybe a little help, old chap. What do you think? And so Nils will take out his wand.
Oh, okay. Do that next round, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, you can use it next round. Go ahead and make your shot.
Okay. Rolling.
This is all happening.
That's only a 9 on the dice.
Yeah, that's probably not going to hit. Armor class 6 for these guys.
Yeah, no.
Okay. And I'm sorry. Was Red shooting something or Rollis?
Yeah, can Rollis, since she's sitting there behind you, she sees those jump up on port and she wants to take a shot at one of those spearmen.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
Ooh, that's armor class 1.
That hits.
3 points with the short bow.
Since it all happened at once, I'm just going to roll randomly to see which one of the 3 you shot, because it could be the same one that Crystal shot. Maybe it is, actually. So you guys both shoot the same one, and that's actually enough. That 3 points takes him down. All right, good. So the one guy, will say it's the meatiest one with the spear. He jabs the spear into Polton and then gets 2 arrows in his back, and the other 2 with spears kind of look, and they call out, actually, who speaks Hobgoblin? Anybody else besides Dorcas?
Not I.
Okay. Okay, they yell out, or one of them yells out that. Dorcas. Okay.
Oh.
Now it's their turn, right? No, they want initiative, so they're done. Okay, next round. What do you want to do? You got Fulton. You ran up. You're about 30 yards away from the party with 2 hobgoblins on you. The other guy had ducked down the previous round, so it's, 3, one's dead. And of course, they just yelled out something at Hobgoblin. So what does everybody want to do? Tony.
Red is going to hand Rollis another arrow, and she's going to take another shot at one of the spearmen.
Nice. Nikki.
Dorcas is going to shoot, but he's also going to say, I think we have incoming, chums. They're going to close the ranks on us.
Nice.
He's gonna and Nils is going to use his the wand.
Okay. How about Crystal, your characters?
Engel is going to cast a spell, and Robin is going to shoot at one of the spearmen.
Nice. And Mike?
I am pierced and beset on all sides. Retreat!
Nice. And Fabrice?
He
And
yells
crew.
out, "Oh, that fool! Now he's finally retreated!" And he says, "Winchester, now is your time to shine. Shoot some arrows, would ya?" And his henchman says, "Okay." Pulls up his short bow, prepares to shoot.
Okay.
And Fabrice does the same with his sling.
Okay. So the wand, just so you, I don't know if you looked it up or not, Nikki, it shoots a cone, which is pretty nice, 60 feet long, 30 feet wide. So two things. It will have to, the magic user will need to move forward in order to be able to get these two guys you can see. But in addition to that, you're also going to hit your buddy if you do that, unless you wait till he moves.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait. He won't do that.
Or if something changes. So
Okay.
all right, let's roll initiative, Crystal. They got 2.
6.
All right, I'm going first. Is anybody, are you retreating? Well, then you got to run from these two hobgoblins?
Yes.
Okay. You have full
I
retreat?
cannot penetrate their wall of spears.
You're going to run back full tilt?
Waddle as fast as I can.
Okay. Well, yeah, because if it's a retreat and they follow you, which they probably likely will, unless they're dead, they'll get a bonus on attacking you. Okay, so that's why I want you to know. So you're the only one moving, as far as I know. So let's go through our missile attacks. Tony, your characters.
All right. Oh man, she's doing good. That's going to hit armor class 3, but
That hits.
only 1 point of damage.
Okay. All right. Dorcas.
Okay. Gonna shoot at one of them. For nope, not with a 3.
Nope. Okay. A arrow flies wild. Crystal, your 2 characters. Oh no, I'm sorry, the one that's shooting a missile. You have a spell too, right?
Yeah. Robin shoots, but goes like just off hitting. Just you don't even know where she was trying to shoot when she rolled in that one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it just flies off. That's a lot of people. You probably were aiming the bow, and then Bolton starts running towards you. So you had to like swing at the last second to not. Okay. Fabrice and company.
Fabrice manages to hit AC -1, and
Wow, nice.
does 3 points of damage with his
Okay.
sling stone, and his men-at-arms Winchester manages to hit AC 4.
He ran up right with the mace.
No, he shot a short bow,
Oh, perfect. Okay.
and that delivers 4 points of damage if he's
Okay. What was the AC?
AC 4.
Oh yeah, that hits. Okay. Let me see which one you hit. Oh wow, you guys all targeted the same person. 4 points, you said?
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. So one arrow kind of hits him in the arm, barely. A sling stone clunks off of his side, and then another arrow sinks in his chest. And the I guess that's the third hobgoblin drops to the ground, dead. The other, though, unfortunately, is still up, which means that he's going to get a +2 on attacking as he charges forward towards, he follows Bolton. And also from the ahead of you and behind you on the path, 2 each, so 4 more hobgoblins start to close in with spears. They're too far away to attack this round. They're just going to move. They're going to run in at full tilt. but one will attack Polton.
I didn't get to do my spell.
That is true. Go for it.
Engel steps out from behind her tree. He says some magic words and casts sleep
Okay.
on the hobgoblin.
Okay.
That's what she was gonna do. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense. As it's charging towards my character. Go ahead and roll how many hit dice because you're probably going to knock out Bolton as well.
okay,
Because they're only one hit die. So
I'm sorry. How many hit dice is it supposed to be? Oh,
I
2d8.
think it's 2d8. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you get 3 or more, then Bolton also goes down.
8.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Bolton's. But luckily, the hobgoblin falls down on top of you, and somehow they land in like a spoon position, and they're sleeping.
Huh.
And then 4 hobgoblins come running up. But luckily, that you don't get that +2 attack against Bolton, so that was at least saved him from that possible attack. These 4 are charging from the back, where basically everybody is except for your sleeping friend. So they're going to kind of go after just about anybody. Let's see. I'm going to go. Someone's going to roll a d8 because there's 10 of you. I'm going to roll a d10 and we'll just skip over, which would be, I guess, 7 would be you. Okay, so Adronicus is the victim of a possible hobgoblin attack. What's Adronicus's armor class? That hits armor class 5.
He's 4.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, chinks off the armor. The second hobgoblin attack goes after Robin, but misses terribly with the 3. The third goes after that would have been his sleepy friend, Nils, with an 11, which has armor class 7.
Yep.
That hits. Okay. 6 points.
I believe Nils is dead.
Oh no. Or
Yes,
Nils
he
with
had
the
1 hit
wand.
points.
Oh. I have a wand of.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Well. Sorry, Nils. And finally, number 10, which is whoever your henchman is, Fabrice. I forget their name already, but it misses. Okay. So that this guy's asleep. And there's 4 that are up that are jabbing around in the group with spears. Also, Polton's asleep. As we come into, and unfortunately, the magic user. Although, you know what? Technically, you were going to use that wand, and you did win initiative. So, I'm going to give you. Let's do an initiative off, actually, to see if you could have blasted him with the wand before he stabbed you.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just roll d6.
6. Okay.
You got a 1.
6.
Okay. Saving throw for the hobgoblin. What? 19. He makes saving throw.
Okay.
So yes, you actually do shoot the wand, but it just charges right through it and stabs you. Maybe it's like maybe too close. So like the wand, it forms like on the other side of him, just as the spear sinks into your chest. So yeah.
All right.
So unfortunately, to give you a little extra chance there, but no, yeah. 1 henchman down. All right, now we know we're really playing. All right, so. Coming into the next round, there are 4 hobgoblins standing. They're surrounding, basically, not surrounding, but they're kind of around the base of the party down there by the river. So what's everybody doing? Tony, what are your characters up to?
They're not close enough that we can't shoot them with a bow, right? I mean, we're still a little far away.
You could take a couple steps back and use the bow, sure. Yeah, they're not too close.
Yeah, Rollis is going to do that, and she's just going to tell Red to be ready on the defensive as he brings his mace and shield up in case one of them engages him, but he's just going to stand there for now.
Okay. How about Dorcas?
My bow doesn't seem to be very effective. I'll use the axe that worked last time, and he's going to run in with his battle axe.
Nice. How about Ingle and Robin?
Engel is going to cast another spell, and Robin is going to pull her sword and ready to attack melee.
Nice. How about Andronicus? You were almost attacked, or you were attacked, but they missed terribly.
He's going to attack back.
Nice. That makes sense. And finally, Fabrice and company. What do you guys want to do?
Fabrice unsheaths his short sword and he charges into battle, yelling, "I'll go low, you hit high, all right?" And Winchester aims his bow and shoots.
Nice. All right. Initiative, Crystal. They got 1. Wow, these guys are slow over here.
We got a 5.
Nice. Okay, so anybody who's moving is moving, not that far, so it's not a big deal. Then we get into missile attacks, so that would be Tony.
Yeah, Rollis is going to try to target the one that just killed the Nils. She's going to try to target that one. Oh man, this is good rolls. Armor class 4
That hits.
for 3 points.
Okay, still up, but it's wounded. Dorcas.
All right.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're doing
Charging.
you're doing a melee attack. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Robin's using a bow, though, right? Still.
No, Robin is doing sword.
Sword. That's right. Okay. Who else was using a missile? That's it, right? That's all our missile attacks.
Winchester is doing the bow.
Winchester. That's right. I knew there was one more. Good.
And he hits armor class 2 for 6 points of damage. Max.
Nice. Let's see which one you hit. Oh, the same one that Tony's character. So the one that just stabbed through your party member gets a short bow and also a bolt from a crossbow, which takes him down. Wow, okay. Now we go into spells, which is Ingle.
Engel is going to cast shield.
Okay, nice. Smart. And then we go into melee. So they're not on red, so he's staying back, right, unless he gets attacked.
Correct.
All right, so Dorcas.
Okay.
There are 3 standing.
3 standing. Oh, 18 on the dice. I'm sure
That's going to hit.
And the battle axe. Just make sure.
It'd be a D8, and it's magic, right?
Yep. Let me get there we go. 7 points of damage.
That kills him. You're definitely better with
Oh,
battle axe.
Nils, he says. Yeah, I'm so much better at this. Why did I ever like finesse weapons? I don't understand.
That's what they said you should do in the book. Okay, so Crystal with the sword, Robin.
She hits armor class 8.
Okay, that misses. Andronicus.
Andronicus swings mightily with his mace and says, "Leave me alone!" And armor class 4 for 5
Hits.
points.
Oh! Wow, okay. That's what it had. So that kills that guy, leaving just one more standing. Fabrice.
Don't
With the sword.
underestimate a halfling. And I roll a natural 20.
Nice, that hits.
With,
D6 for the sword.
let's see, with 3 points of damage, but he has a strength bonus of 2, so that should be
5?
5. Yeah.
Okay, he's still standing, barely though.
Man.
And there's one guy asleep. Okay, so somebody, since you lost a character, Nikki, roll a D8.
Okay. Got it right. D8. 6.
6. Wow, okay, good. All right, yeah, this one guy looks absolutely terrified, and he's very injured. He kind of looks around, and you see him kind of look to the ground. And one of the guys, actually the guy that just got taken out with by Andronicus, you see around his neck like a horn, like a not a drinking horn, but like a horn. And he kind of looks at the horn, and he looks at you at the group. And he's kind of sizing up. It's pretty clear he's trying to size up if he can get to it or not. Definitely any fighter, so any of the fighters in the group would recognize that as like a battle horn, like you'd call, like if you're controlling troops with it. Yeah, that's where we're at. Tony, what do your characters want to do?
Yeah, he's the only one that we see. The other one was hid in the bushes. We've never seen him come back up. So Rollis
That is
just
correct.
going to she's just going to notch another arrow and aim towards the spearman.
Okay, Dorcas. Nikki.
If I see him looking at that horn, I will hedge my battle axe and just look at him and smile in my roguish fashion. And I just say, "Don't even think about it, my dear." And yeah, I'll go after that guy.
Okay, Crystal.
Ingen and Robin are gonna hang back, and Robin's gonna get her bow ready, her crossbow ready again.
Okay, and Dronicus.
He's still beating on the guy that he died, that he killed,
Nice.
making sure
Of
that
course.
he's dead.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. And Fabrice and company.
He says, "Ooh, shiny! That's mine!" And then he dives at the horn, tries to take it himself.
Of course, that the horn is on the guy that Andronicus is beating with a mace.
Yeah, he goes over there, tries to snatch it.
Very, very carefully. Okay, sure. And this guy, roll his morale. Oh, all right. Okay, good. Roll initiative for Crystal. You got a 5.
We also got a 5.
Okay. Simultaneous. So he's gonna grab he's gonna go for the horn. His movement happens first. And he's gonna try to blow it. However, anybody who has a missile attack can try to shoot him with the missile before he gets a chance to blow it. Or anybody who's moving. Oh, right, because somebody else will go, yeah, the sapling is trying to snag it, right? So let's do this. Go ahead and roll 3d6 under your dex. And if you are able to do it, then we'll just say you got it before he did.
Oh. What do I have? I got 9. Yeah, dexterity is 15. I rolled 9.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you kind of run up and grab it off him, and like the mace is coming down like this. Like you've gone through some traps before in dungeons like that, so you kind of see the opportunity. You run through and grab it and like jump out of the way, and the mace kind of hits the empty spot where it was, and the hobgoblin's reaching its hand in there, and it's like, whoa. So yeah, he basically is now like kneeling in front of Andronicus, who has a mace out, and who's shooting this hobgoblin with a bow?
Yeah, Rollis is going to definitely take a shot.
Go for it.
Oh man, this dice is on fire. Armor class 1, but only 2 points.
You only had 1 hit point left. So he reaches down to get the thing. He realizes it's not there. As he comes back up, an arrow goes through the side of his helmet. He kind of he falls over. And yeah, there are 6 dead, 1 sleeping hobgoblin, and 1 disappeared into the woods.
And all of a sudden, we look
ago.
up and we see Fabrice blowing the horn.
Ooh, this is so nice. I wonder what's going to happen if I were to blow it. And then he smiles at you guys.
Engel is going to say, well, I'm going to tie up that other hobgoblin, and we can ask if there are any more of these critters lurking around.
Well, yes, Dorcas, I'm glad that you're able to communicate with them.
Why, thank you, Rollis. I may not be as smart as you in your books, but I picked up some things here and there.
These creatures are most vile and violent, too.
Oh, yes, filthy things. But we have prevailed. Of course, I mourn poor Nils, but, henchman. As he used to be a henchman.
So it's the fate of those who follow Dorcas, right? He taps on the
Engel, the spell that you cast upon Sir Porton is, how long will he sleep? I mean, we can just let him sleep, right?
He'll be asleep for a little while. I mean, if you wanted to, you could slap him awake, but otherwise we could just let him sleep.
Oh,
We
let's-
should
Let him
let him
sleep.
sleep. Yeah.
Yes, let's just let him sleep because
Just
I
let him
mean,
sleep.
he's going to tell us that it was all his charge. That well, you know how he is.
I rolled 6, so he'll be
If you
asleep
were-
for 6 turns.
If he were to sleep, then that's more food for us.
Well, speaking of that, Fabrice, maybe you should look at all the bodies on these creatures, and I think sometimes they may carry a little trinket you may like.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to find some halfling toes and ears and stuff. These creatures, they don't like us, you know. He goes up there and rifles through them anyway.
I
Okay.
will take care of your henchman and say a few words for him, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course. Be much appreciated. Thank you. Good point.
And he just holds his hand out.
I will put like a silver piece. Of
Bless
course,
you.
one must pay for the ferryman, right? Isn't that the legend?
Oh, yes, the ferryman. He
You-
bites
you,
the coin.
All right, yeah. So you're rifling through the I guess including the sleeping one, right? So you're gonna rifle through the 7 hobgoblins, and you end up with about 90 silver pieces total.
Some trinkets here and there. I think I have about 90 of these. And then he comes back with a handful and drops it in front of the group. What should we do with the one that's sleeping over there?
I think Ingo and Dorcas are going to waken it and try to speak to him and find out, Dorcas can communicate with him.
Nice.
Yes, we're going to tie him up first, of course.
Hmm. I would be happy to converse with the creature.
Okay. Yeah, you tie him up. You're gonna wake him up then?
Yeah, Robin will go up there and slap him awake. Hey, you, wake up! Whack!
Okay. All right. So you take care of Nils' body and pay for the funeral, loot the body, so you wake this guy awake. Yeah, it looks at you. It's kind of scowls and an hobgoblin that's like you'll be dead soon.
Well, I will reply. I can't speak Hobgoblin with an English accent. Can barely do an English accent without it.
I want hobgoblin with English accent right now.
I definitely want to hear that.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Which is basically, you're the one who'll die if you don't tell us the truth.
That was the truth. And then he spits blood on the ground, even though he hasn't been hurt yet. But he got split blood on the ground for sure.
Right.
I'm not sure why he's hurt. He bites his lip first.
What did he just say? Did he say that he
Oh.
has cavities?
No, I'm afraid we're not conversing about his dental habits. We are. He told me we were going to die soon, but let me ask him. I'll ask him. You say we're going to die soon. How many more of you are there?
He says, He says, that was just a small party out hunting. There are many more. And the king will drink from your skull.
Oh. He says that the king will drink from our skull, which is rather nasty. The nasty bits, I think.
Is that the reason why he thinks we're gonna die soon?
Yes, he says there are many more. This was just a small hunting party.
Well, they did say that we have to clear out the area to have people settle and collect taxes. I didn't imagine it to be very easy, but facing a whole army of hobgoblins, that's just too much.
Oh, don't be too scared, Fabrice. He may just be bumping up his numbers. You know, they do that.
Yes, it could be a boast. It could be. Tell me, where can we find this king of yours?
So, I mean, he's pretty confident. Oh, okay. He says, "You're going the right way. Our village is but a short journey. Of course, the king will probably meet you on the road. He certainly has heard the horn of victory."
You mean this horn? He holds up the horn.
Well, do you speak Goblin?
Oh no.
You can assume that I would tell them what he said.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, he looks at the thing and he says, well, either way, Charles also ran ahead, for sure. And you can see he's looking around trying to see how many bodies are around.
Charles?
Oh,
You have a friend named Charles?
Yeah, when you tell us that, Rollis had already, her wisdom wouldn't even think about it. And she looks at Fabrice and she goes, "Oh, there was one that hid in the bushes like you did, and you come out, but he never come out."
Uh-oh. That means that he probably went back there to alert them. But they don't know the fate of the rest of the party here.
Tell me, good sir, what the Horn of Victory means that you won, so it would draw your king out, so they would assume that the rest of that he left early, and that if the Horn of Victory is blown, that we are all dead and the hobgoblins won, yes?
He looks and he says, "I will tell you more, but as is customary, having fallen asleep when I was in the middle of combat, I must leave the village, for a celebratory trip, travel around, possibly join another hobgoblin band, but that requires some finances. If you were to..." He kind of looks and says, "I could use 2 horses and some gold. I could give you all the information that you need."
Do we want to deal with this person?
And a ham.
What?
A cured ham.
And a cured ham?
Well,
Yes,
we know
salt is hard to get.
Yes, we know Sir Porton would want that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have Nils's horse. I could offer him 1 horse and a ham, I guess. Do we have a ham?
What are we saying to him?
He is offering more information in exchange for 2 horses, some gold, and a cured ham. I don't know if that ham is supposed to come with pineapple and cloves.
Well, I guess we must waken Porton and see if he has a ham stored in any of his baggage anywhere.
Andronicus will bring a ham in a burlap bag from his donkey.
All right. Thank you. I look at the hobgoblin and say 1 horse because Nils is gone. Right. So we have his horse. 1 horse, this ham, and a few silver pieces.
Their accent is throwing me off. I thought you said silver pieces. Silver, I have, and he kind of like shakes his. And of course, you took his money. Gold would be, in the lands that I travel to,
Well, I don't believe him. Hobgoblins, they lie all the time. If you give him a horse and some gold, he's gonna probably ride back and say he killed some of us and took our money.
Well, I'm actually all right with the king thinking that we're dead. Then it will, be a surprise when we're not and we end up killing him instead.
How about we give him a little tattoo so that when he goes back there, he's not going to be able to lie. So his only option is to basically ride off. And besides, we're sparing his life. He's not in a position to bargain with us.
is the halfling offering up his foot? I've heard they are lucky. I would take that instead of the gold.
What did he say?
Oh, he thinks your feet are lucky. And he would like one of your feet, but don't worry, I'm not going to give him that.
Oh, I got a great idea. And then he takes off his boot and he pulls off a handful of his foot fur on top of his foot and pulls it out and says, "Here you go, say ah," and then he throws it in front of his face.
The halfling has given me a blessing. Okay, silver and a ham and a horse.
I look back at the others
and my
and I tell
spear,
them,
of course.
what?
And my spear, of course.
Oh, well,
I dropped it over there when I fell asleep.
No weapons. That wasn't the deal.
Well, then how am I good? Spears are expensive. They're, how much a finely crafted hobgoblin spear costs?
No. How much?
7 silver pieces.
Well, we're going to give you silver. You can buy yourself a new one.
I would like an elvish one.
Well, we don't
They're
like
always so
these.
decorative.
I look back at the others and I say, I mean, this is the deal that I've just made, but I don't know if you want to deal with this gentleman or not. So let me know your thoughts. Rollis, you're the smart one.
No, I think that's a pretty good deal, but maybe we have Ingles good at tying knots. Maybe we just tie his hands in front of him as he rides off, and he'll have to. He won't be able to do anything at first. He'll have to go untie his knots.
All right. Is that all right with you, Fabrice, Poyton, Ingle?
Fine by me. I don't have any problem with that.
So, information. Tell me all about this king of yours and the horn of victory.
I would like to taste some of the ham first.
You're very demanding for a tied-up hobgoblin.
Well, I figure that if you go back on your word, then at least I will have died with the taste of cured ham upon my tongue.
And Dronnicus will cut off a little piece of ham, dangle it under his nose.
He sticks his face forward,
Oh my gosh!
Savors
all
it.
Right.
Let him
So
have his
salty.
ham.
The king usually keeps all the salt. I guess it's the right of a king to have the salt, but... Anyways, well, what was the question?
Gives him the ham.
He eats
A
it.
slice of ham.
Yeah. Is a spiral cut?
It's Iberico. It's the best. Let's just say, I want to know about your king, and I want to know what blowing the horn of victory would indicate to such a person.
So, I mean, this is common knowledge, but if you have given me a ham, it's easy enough for me to tell. The horn of victory is blown when you need somebody to come and help you to achieve victory. And then they get to enjoy the victory as well.
So it's more of a horn of, hey, come help me because I'm losing my ass, right? Yes?
No. It's the horn of victory. You blow the horn, and then they come, and then there's victory, and then you celebrate together.
I see. So don't blow the horn then. I say to the
No,
rest.
blow the horn if you want the king to come and join in the victory. Well, probably not the king. They'll probably just send some other people first.
Oh, it's possible we could use the horn to draw out. Yes. Well, that's interesting. That's good information. Now tell me, in the village, where does the king reside normally? And how many guards does he have? You know, everything. Tell me everything.
How many horses am I getting?
1. And your life, which is worth another horse, probably.
Could I have the boots off of Frederick?
Fred,
We kind of like he's looking at he's looking at one of the hobgoblins that's dead on the ground.
Oh.
You notice
Well,
his
sure,
boots are especially nice.
Oh, he doesn't need them. I'm sure you can have.
Okay, fine. Well, the water source in the center of town is where the king lives near. Really the only building that is fully erected still. I could draw you a map if you freed my hands.
Could you dictate this map to me or to Rollis? She has paper. Could you dictate the map to her as she draws it on a piece of paper?
I could do that.
That's what we'll do then. Rollis,
Okay.
Will you draw the map?
Yes, tell him to do his best at trying to show me, and I will draw it as you interpret it.
Well, there's a river that runs through the town diagonally from the southwest quadrant all the ways to the northeast.
Okay.
That river is dammed at the center of town, creating a pool from which water is drawn. To the east of that is a single building that still stands. That is the residence of the Hobgoblin King.
Okay.
To the west, the northwest, that is, there is a fire pit. And just north of that, the storage where we keep our food and all the salt. To the southeast of the dam is the barracks of the soldiers. They stick so many of us in there together.
Okay. Like 30 of you? 40 of you?
How many hands worth is that?
4. He's like, Dorcas is like, I don't know. He's like, this many, and he flashes, 10 fingers 4 times for 40.
Oh no. That's no.
Too many? Not enough?
That is 8 hands worth. There is only, 5 hands worth. But you have killed almost 2 hands worth here. For I am surely dead. Can I also have the helmet from let's go one of it. You see the helmet there with the extra engraving on the back?
I'll give him the helmet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's being very helpful.
It's a little big, but it'll be due. Okay, thank you. But be wary.
So
There are to the north east of the town is the pit of death. A huge pit, they say, was created by a monster digging into the ground, and in the center is a cave that leads down to its gullet.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The pit of death.
The pit
Do
of
many
death.
hobgoblins die there?
No, we stay away from there because it's the pit of death. The king has told us never to enter the pit of death.
Seems reasonable.
Hmm.
All right.
And I suppose I should also tell you. Have you got any wine to go with the ham? Because it's salty, which I like, but it's a little, dries up.
I look over at Boyden and I say, just a little bit of your wine.
I think he's asleep still.
He's sleeping.
Oh, that's
Although
right.
he has
yeah.
a wineskin in his hand.
Yes, please, please. He won't miss it. Give some of his wineskins away.
I'll just get a little bit, and hand it to the goblin.
He's like,
one more.
yeah, so you
Yeah.
can- there are 2 towers erected. The 2 towers. There are 2 towers erected. One in the northwest and one in the southeast, upon which stand the watchmen.
Watchmen are more hobgoblins like you.
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's any hobgoblins like me, to be honest with you, but they're the king's favorites, I guess, because they get to use the bows that are as tall as them.
Okay. All right, that's bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll tell everybody. Of course, I've been, relaying all this information.
Did you get that? As I dictated it? Because I could have drawn it. I mean, if you wanted. You just have to free my hands.
I think you got it. You got it, right, Rollins? What I was dictating?
Oh, yes, I think we'll be fine.
Oh, I should say that the river going through town is the same as you see out there.
I see.
Can I ask you a question? Did you see anyone out on the main road?
Anyone like? What do you mean?
Well, like human patrols that might kill poor hobgoblins who are just trying to make a living in the world.
I didn't see anyone.
Well, you never know when one might be seen. Is it possible that maybe you have like a cloak or something that I could wear upon my shoulders and head to help keep myself hidden from them?
I don't have one. No, I don't think any
Well,
of
I
us
mean,
have.
I noticed that the unfortunate fellow who took the spear through his chest, he seemed to have some kind of a cloak.
I've already given you his horse.
Well, I understand that, but a hobgoblin riding around on a horse is, the first thing humans are going to think is that we stole it, and then they're going to come after me, and then I have to explain the ham.
It is very hard when you have to explain the ham. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Nils. I'm like, sorry, old chap. I don't mean to be a grave robber and all that, but needs must. And I'll give him the cloak.
Okay. Yeah. He says, well, I'll be off. Good luck. Watch out for the king's bodyguards. And he then starts, looking at the horse and everything. He says,
The king's bodyguard? Are they more
you must untie me
hobgoblins like you?
first. Well, I mean, the bodyguards. They've got the muscles and well, you can't really. They use all the oil.
I see.
Hmm.
So I believe, all right, we're just going to leave your hands tied. Sorry about that, chap, but we don't really trust you that much. I put the cloak on him. We put him on the horse. And unless anybody wants to do something, I've been kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he gets on the horse and with the cloak over him, and he's got the hams, holding it there with his hands together, and he kind of kicks the horse go, and he sets her heading out towards the road, basically where you guys came from, back to the main road. Unless somebody says anything else to him, he'll go off into the.
Ingo,
I feel like I
are you
did way too
able
much
to-
for that hobgoblin.
Fabrice shoots.
You're
And he
gonna
orders his henchmen to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot the hobgoblin? It just helped
Yeah.
you?
Yeah,
Wow. All right.
he's a halfling, and hobgoblins eat them. So there's no
All right.
way in heck that I'm gonna trust him. And he's
All right,
gonna shoot
we'll roll initiative because he's gonna hit the horse and try to take off.
him. Okay.
Well, he only got a 1, so he's not very quick because he's eating ham.
Hold on a second. Let me see. Yeah, he's got 5.
Okay. All right, go ahead, take a shot.
Who gave it? The bag has it.
I got 4, so he misses.
Okay. What about the henchman?
Henchman hits AC 7.
That misses. Okay. So yeah, you shoot at him and he kicks the horse into high gear and starts going really, really fast. And off around the, as fast as he can go on a horse, which is like 180. So I mean, after he does his, well, he's running, so he's going to do 3 times the movement. So yeah, I think he'd be out of range. What kind of bow have you got?
He's got short bow, but after missing a couple of times, he's gonna let him run.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you guys, he's gonna come back and try to do something to us.
I mean, now that you just shot him.
Yes, I don't think he would have if not for that rash action, young little one.
Well, I guess we need to wake Sir Porton up and tell him that his contribution to this was magnificent to turn the tide of this battle.
Yes. Really must stop
Ingle,
trying to talk to sleeping people.
Ingle, would you like to you slap him awake?
Ingle is giving Fabrice a disappointed look and just shaking her head at him. And then she will go over to Pointus and be like, hey, wake up. And she'll just like shake his shoulder.
I am dying, my friends. I have been wounded. Here I lie, the battle at hand. Carry on if you must. Go on. Let this place be ever known as Dolmen's Field. For I have fallen and my blood is spilled here.
Well, you're not quite fallen yet.
I have. I feel the life flowing from me.
Well, thanks to your bravery, though, you helped turn the tide of the battle, and we won it.
I did. The wall of spears was fierce as it pierced my side. I fought them valiantly. My sword bit deep into them. Did you not see? Tell my wife I love her. Maybe. Just bury me by the stream with flowers.
So you want us to tell your wife you love her, maybe?
No, where's my wineskin? My wineskin. Oh, my stars, I've been purloined. Purloined, I tell you.
No, here. I was just holding it for you. I'll
Who would
hand it to
steal
you.
a wineskin from a dying man?
No, it's not stolen.
Brave sir. Don't worry. We'll get your wineskin. It's those accursed hobgoblins that has taken your wineskin.
Yes, a blight upon this land. If
We
only
shall
I could
have
fight
our
more.
revenge together.
And did not.
And I wish I could fight on. This must be a battle to be seen.
Indeed, sir.
Uh,
Muster your rage and use them when we see more hobgoblins.
That's
That simple.
erect a statue of me in the town square. A statue, maybe about 10 foot, with stone, marble maybe.
Well, when you die, but you're still alive, so
No,
perhaps
with a
not
bronze plate. Yes, and a fountain. A fountain nearby. Yes. I would like a fountain.
Ingle will look at Rolus and go, I wish we had left him asleep.
Kind of hungry. Others' blood loss has left me hungry. A ham. I have a ham someplace. My ham. My kingdom for a ham.
I don't think we have any ham.
They stole my ham too.
Oh yes, those awful hobgoblins. Yep.
Oh, this is truly a horrible day. Tell my wife I will get her another ham in the kingdoms beyond, in the great halls. Maybe. It will be okay.
I think you're going to be all right. You can tell your wife all these things yourself when we get back.
Now look at, I've been pierced right here in my gullet. I can feel it.
Is that not what Andronicus is here to patch you up?
Andronicus? No, he just gets me things.
Oh, kind of like Red. Yes, I understand.
He doesn't know anything. He's just a brother.
Fair point. I will put my rune of healing upon you, and Ingle will mark a mark upon his chest.
A mark upon magics? I will take your magics. A blessing, perhaps?
Yes, this is a rune of healing, and it will heal that wound of yours much quicker than normal.
I can see the gods. They're coming for me. Do it quickly.
Yeah, Ingle marked something on his chest that doesn't mean anything.
Oh, I feel better already. Yes.
Good.
Oh, that was horrible. Your magics are incredible.
Yeah.
You are a blessing to me. And here I thought you were nothing but a no good woman. I guess you do have some importance.
I'm gonna let that one slide.
No, it's fine. Fine. Someone, my horse, let us ride to victory. Where are we going?
Oh, we have a map now.
A map. Excellent. Someone lead us. I feel faint. Being that close to heaven, the gods have blessed me. Of course, I am feeling a bit daft being so close to death.
Of course.
Perhaps I've been blessed. That's what I am. I'm blessed.
Yes. Which way shall we approach this village?
There's a village?
Yes, we have this map. There's a river and barracks and a pit of death. Very exciting.
Well, let's go to the pit of death.
I was thinking maybe it's the northwest corner is the one with one of the archery ranges, one of the archery towers she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we were to send Fergus to hide up around the north and blow that horn, and then we could attack from the southwest?
Well, I have one question. Who is Fergus?
Fabrice, my bad. I call him Fergus because that's how you say his name in Halfling.
I think you're just lying now. But why would I go over there all by myself? I mean, that would be suicide. And I'm not too keen on going over there to kill myself.
Well, you're a halfling. You can hide, can't you? Very well.
Sure thing, I can hide. But how about we look for this pit of death and search for the artifact? Maybe you could use it to blow up these hobgoblins.
Well, why? I don't understand. Why would two of you want to just rush off into something called the Pit of Death? That should be the last place we go.
Maybe they named it because they want people to stay out of it. Maybe it's just a place where they keep incredible magic.
What do you think, Dorcas? I don't always make the wisest choices. I mean, I'm book smart, but well, I've told you stories about my life.
Boo.
I mean, I don't know much about hobgoblins, but they don't seem to be the brightest and the most clever. I think if they name something the Pit of Death, it's probably because hobgoblins have died there. And just my thought.
I agree.
feel
I
we
think they
must
probably are
try.
quite literal. Not much for metaphor, hobgoblins.
We
Then
should
again,
ride.
we just took down how many? 7 of them? And the one that got away said that there's only a little more. Considering that we only lost one of us, I guess the chance is pretty good if we were to face these hobgoblins.
Wait a minute. You talked to one?
He ran away.
Yes, it was the one.
Said you talked to one.
Yes, it was the one that took your wine and your ham.
You talked to one who purloined my belongings.
I didn't.
Yes.
That was Fergus.
I see. We are sent here to cleanse this land from this blight, and you have given him free rein.
For what it's worth, we tried to kill him as he was running away.
I think we should ride. My temper is hot. I feel my sword needs to be quenched.
Mm.
Well, I guess you should go to the Pit of Death.
The Pit of Death it is. We have decided. No
No.
more talking. Off we go.
No, we don't need to go to the.
It's as simple as that. See, we have already made our choice.
No, wait. Before you decide and run off over there, I believe the hobgoblins may have taken your wine and rode off to their camp. So if we were to attack the hobgoblins, we may retrieve your wine and your ham too.
So there is a camp.
Well, there's a
Yeah.
village.
And a village.
Full of hobgoblins for you to war against.
Well, that is what we are supposed to do, are we not?
Indeed,
This is our land to reclaim.
from these monsters. Indeed.
But Ingle is right in that we do have to avoid these bowmen. Those bows, if they are as tall as hobgoblins, they must be very powerful.
All right, very well. If you wish me to sneak in there and do something, I'll do so. But I'm gonna need something better than to just show up there and stab a few hobgoblins. I'm just one little halfling.
Well, is there a way we could use this horn we had to our advantage? He said that if we blow it, we'll attract more to come to the aid of supposed hobgoblins, but it could be a distraction, as was said.
Yeah, that was my thought, was that you could sneak to the northeast, away from the camp, and you could blow the horn, and then that would send the troops out to the northeast so that we could come in from the southeast or west.
Well,
Everything I just said but west, not east.
That actually brings me to perhaps use this. and he holds up his bottle, his potion of diminution, the one that shrinks him down to a small size. And he says, perhaps I could go farther away from the village, blow this thing, so that a whole bunch of hobgoblins would be led to a different area, and then shrink myself and hide away from these guys while you guys take care of the rest that remain in the village.
When you pull out that potion bottle, you see Red start filling around in all the pouches and all the stuff he carries for himself and Rawless, because he has a potion of that too, and he's thinking that you probably stole it off of him. But then he goes, "Oh, yes, I still have mine too."
Wait,
Well, perhaps you could go with me then.
I have a
help me out?
potion of such things too. This is an odd coincidence.
Well, sir, it'll be shame to have you shrink down to a small size. You're a man of great stature, and I'd rather have you stay big and fight these hobgoblins.
Perhaps this is a divine sign. Perhaps we should all drink this diminution.
Yeah, I think that's a bad idea. But if you want to do so, well, I can't stop you. It's your potion after all.
Well, the gods have healed me. I've nothing to fear. I will create a diversion by going into town directly.
Into what? I'm sorry.
Into town directly.
Well, the river does flow right directly into the town.
I shall
don't know if there's
follow
a
it then.
way we could make use of that.
I won't get lost.
It is upstream.
Okay.
The town is upstream from where you are.
Okay.
But yes, you're right. Based on what he said, the river goes right into the town. And the road runs along the river. So, in theory, the road you're on goes right to the town.
Yeah,
which is the
we
information
know.
you had too.
There's
Perhaps
50
we could set an ambush for them here on the fields of Dolmen.
I don't know,
Two
Rawless, what do you
victories
think?
in one day.
Perhaps. Distraction or ambush? What do you think, Rawless?
Well, I'm not the smartest at battle tactics, but listening to Fabrice talk, I think that's a good idea for him to take his potion and go up there and create some kind of diversion, and he can shrink himself even smaller and get away.
So speaking of ambush,
Uh,
as you've been sitting here for God knows how long having this conversation, okay, who wants to roll to see if you're surprised by the hobgoblins who have crept up on you while you've been talking? Somebody give me a d6.
Fabrice,
Fabrice, let's get a d6. See if you're surprised.
All right, here we go. One.
Okay, so these guys have brought with them spears that they're going to throw. They have, I guess javelin. No, you can throw spears. Okay, so yeah, they've got spears. All right, so they each got an extra spear. So from the bushes, a hobgoblin that's probably like huge for a hobgoblin. It's like 5.5 feet tall, and he's like ripped and he's got his skin's all oiled up. He's like a bodybuilder. He's got a battle axe. He stands up and he says, which is in hobgoblin, "We'll drink from your skulls." And then you see some shorter hobgoblins stand up and throw spears into the center. And I think there's actually 7 of you, so you'll each get targeted once, and then there's 1 extra. So, all right. I'm just going to go down the line. So, Rawless. Ooh, that's 18. That's going to hit you.
yep,
3 points of damage from a spear.
3, okay.
Yep. Okay. Your henchman 14 is going to hit an armor class of 4.
Yeah, it gets him too.
Ooh. 4 points damage.
Yeah, Red, you see him standing there, after he's trying to find that potion bottle and he's still looking around and he just feels the and his mouth turns red as he spits blood out and falls at -3 HP. So he's dead.
Oh, no. Ooh, Dorcas. That's a 16. That's going to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they only need... Let me figure out their Thaco. I'll just do it that way. Their Thaco is 18. Okay, so that hits armor class 2. Oh, man.
Yep.
The Hobgoblin Ambush might be a bad... 4 points.
All right. Still up.
Okay, Ingle. A 4 misses you. Robin, a 10. That's going to hit armor class 8. I think that misses probably, right?
That misses.
Okay. Foden, 7 misses you. Androdicus, ooh, natural 20. That's going to hit. 4 points of damage. Wow, every spear does 4 points of damage.
Yes, he's down.
Oh, God, okay. Henchman and dropping. Fabrice. That hits armor class 8. I'm assuming that misses you.
That misses.
And you have a henchman, right?
Henchman has AC 8.
Okay, that hits him. That hits armor class 2. For 3 points. That was the weakest of the Hobgoblin spears.
Okay, he's still alive.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just say that's all. That's all they'll do. So that's in their surprise round. So now, a bunch of spears have just... And you see all the Hobgoblins standing there with no spears, but clearly they must have other weapons. And the big muscly gout, the battle axe, yelling at Hobgoblin. They're kind of surrounded around you. They're all close enough that you could move forward and engage in melee if you wanted to, but not so close that you couldn't use a missile or whatever if you wanted to. So what's the plan, Tony?
Brawless is going to, it's seeing Red fall down and all these spears come out and just take everybody. She's going to look over towards Dorcas and pull out a bottle. And she says, "Here, drink this. I'm going to do something to really surprise them." And she starts opening up her books and she's going to start like reading and like she's casting spells on them, even though she's not.
You're trying to intimidate and scare them? Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool.
And I'm
Dorcas.
actually going to throw my potion of gaseous form over to Dorcas.
Oh.
So he can take it.
Dorcas, you've been tossed a potion that looks like fizzy water.
Oh. Yeah.
Well-
Oh, well, all right. You're the smart one, I say. And because you've read books and he'll drink it.
Okay. And Cole and friends.
Engel is gonna pull out her dagger, and Robin's gonna shoot with her crossbow.
Nice. Foyton.
So
You're on the- you're-
ambush it is.
On the field of battle. What would you like to do?
I draw my sword and charge.
All right. At just a regular hobgoblin or at the
No, the
oily
biggest.
Yeah, I figured.
The biggest oily one.
The oil up guy. And Jan, what about your guys?
Fabrice takes out his sword and says, "Charge! I'll go low, you go high." Again.
Nice. I like that. All right.
Instructs the guy to shoot him with the arrow.
Fantastic. Okay. Mike, roll initiative for your group. They're all going to they're all going to melee. They're all coming in. Ooh, they rolled a 4.
That's a 6.
Nice. Okay. Y'all go first. So missiles. Crystal has a missile.
Yes. Robin will completely miss.
Okay. And also Young's henchman has a missile.
He hits AC 7, so he's got a miss.
That misses their AC is 6. Yep. Okay. Well, that was that. You were trying to intimidate him. I'll make a morale check at the
Yeah,
end of this.
Rollis, even though she knows that they can't understand what she's saying, she's just going to take these papers and throw them up in the air, and she's going to go in common, "You shall not pass."
Nice. Okay. We'll make a... what's your charisma?
8.
Okay. Nice.
And if she's doing that, I drink the potion. So
All
they
right. So
kinda-
you drink the potion of gaseous form. So you immediately, of course, become gaseous and all your equipment falls to the ground.
Of course. Yep.
So there you go. Melee, we got Ingle with the dagger. I'm assuming you're going to melee with the dagger.
Yeah, Ingle is gonna. Yeah, sorry. And Ingle will melee with the dagger.
All right, go for it.
Or wait. Well, they're gonna approach her, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're all kind of close together. I mean,
Okay.
you could wait if you wanted to.
No, it'd probably be best not to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But she's gonna miss badly.
Okay. All right. Mighty Warrior Potent. Let's have it.
That is a AC 2 for 4.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, it doesn't kill him, obviously, but he's hurt. And finally, going low. Fabrice.
Yeah, he rolled 7, so that doesn't.
Oh, God. How the tides turn in the second combat. Oh, boy. This could be bad. All right, so, yeah, they're all going to charge in and attack you. So, first of all, the big old guy that's all oiled up, let's just handle him first. He's going against Wotan because he actually attacks differently than everybody else, of course. He rolled a 10. And that hits. Well, he fights as. Four hit die. Alright, so 10 hits armor class 6. So that probably misses you, I'm guessing. Yep, okay. So he swings the battle axe and misses. And then the other hobgoblins with spears, each one will just, they'll go after a person. So we got, actually, I probably should roll their morale before I do this. Let me make a morale check. Yeah, they're fighting for now anyways. Unfortunately, your spell thing didn't scare them enough, so they're charging in to see if they can pass. And the first one tries to stab Rollins. It rolls a natural 20. You're like, you shall not. And the spear goes into you. No, for only 1 point, though. Okay. So it didn't pass very far. If you're holding the book, it goes through the book and just barely stabs it. Red's down, so he doesn't get attacked. Dorcas is basically invulnerable. Actually, I think you can. Let me check that. I can't remember if you either can't be hit or it's really bad armor class, really hard armor class. Oh yeah. -2 armor class, can't be hit by non-magical weapons. So you're basically invulnerable to this. The one that charged at Dorcas is like, I killed it. I killed it.
He laughs in gaseous form.
Nice. The gas bubbles out.
Yeah.
All right. Against Ingle, another one tries to stab with a spear. Ooh, 14's going to hit an armor class of 4. That hits Ingle?
That's going to hit for sure.
Ooh, okay. 1 point. Okay. Now they're better at throwing spears than they are to stab with them. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. One's going after Robin with a spear. That hits only armor class 9, so that's not hitting anything. And okay, Poten, we already attacked you. And then we've got Fabrice. Misses. And your henchman's alive or dead still? Gone.
I think he's still alive. Winchester?
Okay. Yeah, I think so too, yeah. Armor class 9, so it's going to miss them as well. So that actually leaves... That's fine. The rest are going to... They know they know you have you surrounded, so they're not actually... Like, some of them are staying back with the spears. And that's all they're going to do. All right. Well, okay. I don't think you lost anybody that round. As we come into the next round, some of them they're kind of doing this thing where they got spears. Some are kind of moving into stabbing, then kind of backing up a little bit while the ones come in. They're doing like the spear charge thing. They seem fairly well organized. You have not taken any of them out yet. So, what do you want to do, Rawless? You just got stabbed a bit.
Yeah, she sees the one next to him, and of course, not knowing that he can't understand. She's going to look at where the gaseous form of Dorcas, where she last saw it, in motion for it to come that way, and she's going to go, "Dragon, appear near, dragon, breathe." And she's just going to still try to fool him.
Try to fool them with the gas. Okay, magic. Okay. Dorcas.
Yeah, I can still hear as a gaseous form, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, I'll kind of float on over there and pretend to be dragon's breath.
Okay.
in the best way that I can. I can't do much.
Okay.
Just like whoosh at them,
You're going to
whoosh.
pretend like you're dragon's breath. Okay, I like this.
Yes.
Ingle, what's your plan? Crystal.
Ingle and Robin are gonna melee.
All right. How about Poten?
I shall feed you to my dogs.
Nice. And how about Yang and the group and company? Yang's group. Fabrice.
Fabrice is gonna look back at the wizard and scream, and he's gonna turn his head and go ah, and then start running the other way.
You're gonna try to retreat. Okay.
Yeah, as if something bad is gonna happen from the wizard.
Oh, she's trying to add to the effect. Okay, I gotcha. And what about your henchman?
The henchman, he's pretty dull, so he's just gonna shoot.
Okay. All right, so miss. All right, Mike. Initiative 4.
6.
Aha! Nice. That was the same as last round. That's so weird.
I know.
All right, so
Push
you're
your
gonna start to run. We've got some yelling and stuff going on. Let's just. I guess this is missile first. So go ahead, Yang, for your missile attack.
9 and does 1 point of damage if it hits.
AC 9. That doesn't hit. Yeah, their AC is 6. Okay, so yeah, the arrow goes flying. Your one character is really tiny now, Tony. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the dead one.
He's dead, so he shrunk down. He took that potion of intimidation. Just as he was dying. Oh, man. Okay, so we get some melee attacks. Go for it, Crystal. Ingle and Robin.
Ingle actually stabs this hobgoblin that's on her.
Right.
Armor class 2 for 2 points of damage.
Okay, he's still up.
And Robin barely misses with armor class 7.
Ah, okay, bummer. And Bolton against the oiled up battle axe wielding.
That was a natural 20 for 7 points.
Nice. All right, describe how you cut this guy down.
Yes. I slide neatly into his navel and just slice upward.
Nice. He just kind of like looks down for a second at his beautiful body with the oil and stuff, and then it opens up and his intestines and stuff fall to the ground. And then he just collapses. And at that, let me go around check, because that is actually okay. Between the dragon breath and the running halfling and the leader being killed and whatever else is happening, they actually all kind of look at each other, and then they turn and they start to run. Actually, you know what? Tony, high or low?
Oh, wow, low. We'll go for low.
Okay. They run back the direction they came. I got high. If it had been low, then they were going to actually leave, because they might be afraid of the Hobgoblin King, but I guess they're more afraid of leaving at this point.
Oh.
So yeah, they start to retreat. I mean, you can obviously missile them or whatever if you'd like. They were just running. If anybody has a missile weapon, they certainly can take a parting shot, and you'll actually get +2 on it, because they are actually just fleeing from melee. So does anybody have a missile weapon they want to use?
Robin.
Okay, cool.
And Ingle will actually throw her dagger.
Okay, go for it.
Robin's gonna hit. AC 4.
Okay.
Only 2 points of damage though.
Okay. Oh my god, that one actually had only 2 hit points. Sorry, that one's dead. All right.
But Ingle's gonna miss.
Okay. How about your henchman there, Young?
Chester, he shoots and let's see. Ooh, natural 20.
Nice.
And I score 1 point of damage.
Okay, that one was actually pretty tough. So, all right. This one is 3. Okay, they retreat, and you can obviously chase them down, but you'd have to catch them to attack them if you want.
Rollis sees that happen. She's not paying attention to what Porton just did to the leader, and she sees them all take off running, and she goes, it worked. It worked. They're scared of the dragon.
Yes, they are. All right. So yeah, they are heading back towards where you imagined the village to be. Having failed their morale, they didn't even bother to blow the horn. What is the plan?
I am severing the head of the hobgoblin,
Nice.
mounting it on a spear.
Yeah, Rollis
Fantastic.
is going to go over to Red's body, and he was too young of a kid. I shouldn't have brought him out here. He was too young and too not wise enough. And she'll start digging around and taking some of his stuff that she thinks she'll need. And she takes the mace off of his belt and takes it over to and says, "Sir Porton, this will serve you much better than it will me. This will provide you more bravery in battle," and give the +1 mace to Porton.
This mace? What, you give me a cleric's tool?
Well, of course, it will help you tremendously, and there will be legends sung about you.
Yes, I think I'll see what I can do with it. But look at this fine blade. This is Worm Biter. What is the
Well-
name of this weapon?
I don't think Red ever named it. He just called it mace.
It is mace. Such a plain name. I shall honor it.
Yes, call it
Plain
Red.
weapon. Someday, yes. Perhaps a plain weapon will fell the mighty beast. Nah, I will use Worm Biter.
Dorcas will kind of hover over his stuff like, "Hey guys, somebody pick that up for me."
Oh, yes.
Oh
we'll
yeah, you're
get
going to be
your stuff.
guesses for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dorcas, I'm sure you can hear us. Maybe you can take the dragon's breath on in and find out what lies ahead, the way they run.
I will try to communicate assent in gaseous form.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can just start going in that
I'll
direction,
just
I
start
guess.
floating over there. Yeah.
Can move through small. Yeah, it says keep control of your body. It doesn't say how fast you move, but we'll say whatever. I mean, you can move at a decent pace. What are you going to do? Just go down, follow the hobgoblins down the path?
Mhm.
What's everybody else doing?
Just, like bandaging up and drinking some of Porton's wine.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to wake up Andronicles.
Oh, no. Is he asleep?
With a spear through him.
For a long time.
Like, get
Crystal.
up, boy.
Roll a d20 under your intelligence.
Oh, okay. I'm an intelligence of 17. And I just
Nice.
stressed myself by announcing that. I did. 19.
Okay. You're good. Okay. Yeah, so what's the plan? You're just going to wait for the report of the gaseous thief?
Fabrice,
Behind it.
can you help Fabrice? Maybe Winchester can help carry some of these extra items. And since Lord Porton doesn't want to use that mace, would Winchester want to use it?
No, I will use this mace as a
Oh,
secondary weapon. How dare you?
well,
I shall
okay.
wield it in my other hand.
Yes, see, that'd be even more daring and bravery.
Exactly. One would not expect to be walloped up the side of a head with a mace while staring into the cold blade of Worm Biter. It's a smart move.
Are you still talking about the mace?
I appreciate the mace now.
That's good. Well, what are you gonna do with your worm biter? Are you gonna use both of them?
Of course I am.
How's that? That'll be fantastic.
What? I am a warrior of redoubt. No doubt.
I am certain you have the power.
I am, and I will. And we will conquer this land.
Well, So what's the plan now?
Well, I, for one, think we should try not standing around and talking because that's what got us nearly killed last time. Some of us, it actually did get us killed.
Well, we should
I
wait.
am all up for the ambush again.
Yes, let's wait on Dorcas to get back after he flies in and sees what's ahead.
I don't know how
Okay.
I'm going to tell you guys what I see. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, you're gonna fly ahead to the village, Dorcas. Okay, so you guys are essentially waiting for the report from Dorcas, right? Is that the plan? Are you going to do anything else while you're waiting, or you're just
No,
gonna
I mean,
stand?
Yeah.
Rollis is not, unless anybody else did.
Yeah, Engel's
Okay.
gonna grab that wand that the other magic user had earlier.
Okay.
He
Nice.
doesn't know what it does, but she now has a wand. And she knows to point it away from herself and towards enemies.
Yeah, and you would have you search the body or whatever, and you could find that, or because they have a spell book and everything else, so you could probably, in the time, you can figure out how to activate the wand by their notes. And what it is, it's a wand of paralyzation.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's like this side towards enemy is written on the side of it, like a claymore mine. All right, so let's see. All right, Dorcas. So you fly down towards the town, and I guess I'll show you the map because you can pretty much move around freely. I don't think the hobgoblins have enough knowledge of magic to understand that you're a gaseous thingy. I'll just.
Yep.
All right, so I guess I'm going to show you this map that's marked because that way I can use the letters. Now you pretty much know mostly everything. You know a lot because that one guy, just for a ham and some gold, you got a lot of information. I think it's this one. All right, so sharing the map. Okay, you can see it.
Yep.
Excellent map.
Yep.
Can you see my mouse too when I do that?
Yep.
Yay. Okay. All right. So you're coming in. The road it basically runs over here, like just past F, and it kind of breaks from the river, which is this blue stuff in the middle. As he described, F right here is like a barracks. It's basically a building that's got missing, there's chunks of it missing and stuff, but you can see that they've used like canvases and wood and stuff to kind of repair it as best as possible. Nobody is in the barracks right now. Because you actually see when you come into town that you see a bunch of hobgoblins. You can actually hear the action. They're all gathered around this E area, which is a fire pit. And they're kind of facing this way. And this thing right here over the water is like a dam that's made into a bridge. And standing on there is a very, very large hobgoblin. And he's got like this fur cape with around his shoulders, and he's kind of leaning on a very, very large hammer. And next to him, he's got another one of these kind of like almost as big as him hobgoblins, all oiled up like the guy that you saw, your fighter friend kill. You speak hobgoblin, so you can hear him.
Yep.
He's basically telling them to prepare. Because of course, those guys came back and reported that there was a great wizard coming this way, and that they need to prepare themselves to slay the wizard. So basically, they're getting ready. Other things that you will probably notice, of course. I mean, I don't know if you D. So both of the Ds, there's two of them, are the two guard towers that were talked about. They're about 35, 40 feet tall. And up there are actually two hobgoblins in each one. And they look like they have very large, like bows, basically long bows. But more or less, it's as he described it. Over here is a giant hole in the ground. It looks like it's all weed covered and it's been growing back, but it does look like there was maybe some kind of like explosion there or something at some point. And there is basically a cave at the bottom of it. I mean, without taking time to explore it more than that, that's all you can see from kind of your vantage point. I'll say you're somewhere, because there's a fire over here, right? So maybe you're mixing in with the smoke of the fire. Yeah, so he's assembling the men, like all the men, to come down and basically kill you. your group. I guess you have all the time in the world to count people. So there are 15 hobgoblins, plus the king and his oiled up guy. Now, of course, there's 15 of them, but there are only 11 standing in that group because there's 4 that are in the towers. It doesn't seem like they're leaving. They're going to stay. But the king himself is going to lead the group.
Okay.
He looks pretty formidable. None of them have horses or anything. They've all basically got spears, aside from the 4 men, I should say, or 4 hobgoblins that are up in the towers. Everyone basically has spears. They each have a one. So unlike the guys who came out who brought extra spears, these guys seem to only have 1 spear each. And of course, the one guy has the king-looking guy has got a giant hammer, and his henchman has a 2-hander sword.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So the hammer is like a maul. So basically, it's like a pole arm. And yeah, so that's what they're doing. They seem to be assembling, getting ready to go. He actually, yeah, it's getting later in the day, and it seems like they're going to wait until it gets dark. Because, of course, they see in the dark. Because they're hobgoblins.
Right.
Yeah. You've got maybe 2 hours until nightfall. And they're going to wait until then, and then they're going to come, they're going to ride out and find you. And he tells, he's going to like flay the group and, wear their skin and, the usual hobgoblin threats.
Right. Drink from their skulls and all that. All right.
I mean, this B area over here is the one standing building that we talked about. I mean, you can obviously go in to the building if you wanted to, but I don't know if you want to take that much time to search around. But everything else is pretty much visible from the outside. You can pretty much see everything without having to go into it, except for that building, which is sealed up.
No, I think I have enough information. I know that they're coming for us. So I will float back to the group.
Okay.
As fast as I can float.
Yeah, so you're gone for, in total, between floating there, searching around, and floating back. You're probably gone for, we'll say, an hour total. In that time, I guess the group was doing whatever the group was doing. What were you doing for an hour? You just kind of waiting.
I was regaling them with tales of old war stories.
Nice. So, at first you guys are like, all right, we got to be vigilant because we got ambushed before. And then after about 20 minutes, you're all just gathered around talking, completely not paying attention again. And
that sounds like us.
Yeah, feasting on some chicken. And then you see a cloud float by.
Swatting it.
It has eyeballs on it, like a, you've ever seen the picture in the VX book for gaseous form? Oh my god, I gotta show you. You've never seen it before. It's the best. It's the best picture in the entire book. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I gotta share my screen. Nope, didn't do that right. All right, let's see. Did it stop sharing? No, it did not. That's weird. Why didn't it? Oh, I may have to share the screen forever because I can't get out. This has actually happened to me once before. I have no idea how to get out of it now because the little thing that says stop sharing went away. Oh, there it is. It moved. Stop share. There we go. All right. Now let me share this picture because this is very important. This is going to be very anticlimactic. I can tell already. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
You get the little eyeballs. That's Dorcas.
Oh, nice.
You're like, hold on. Does that cloud have eyeballs? All right. Yeah. So Dorcas floats back. Yeah. I mean, I rolled
really
everything. No, not. I mean, unless you can shape your body into whatever shape you want. If you want to describe anything, you can't. I mean, you can interact with stuff on some level, but not really. I mean, you're essentially smoke.
Okay, I'm going to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I guess, in Rollis's mind, not being very wise about what she's done, she's just thinking, oh, we'll just all sit around until he changes back to himself. That's what she's thinking.
Well, if only you had some means of communication.
Like
Dorcas
paper.
and says, "Yes? So, what did you see?"
Nobody.
It's like, maybe you can spell out some letters so that others can read.
You want me to try to? I could try to shape my body into letters. I don't know. like the witch in Wizard of Oz, like the surrendered Dorothy thing. Yeah. Well, but I can't do separate letters, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go float over.
You gotta write cursive.
Oh, I could do that.
Do like the blob in Astonishing Swordsman.
Yeah, you could write in negative, basically. Right? Because you're like a big platform and then you cut the holes inside of yourself.
Yeah, I could do that.
Or if somebody had a magic item that would allow them to.
Oh, I do have a magic item that will allow me.
I thought I had the low wisdom.
Hold on, I think I might be able to communicate with Dorcas. Dorcas, just think what it is that you saw, and I will be able to communicate your thoughts, and I will use my medallion of ESP to read Dorcas's thoughts.
Okay. There
Dorcas
is actually
really
a one.
did have eyes. You see the gaseous cloud roll his eyes as he realizes this could have happened.
Now, there is a 1 in 6 chance that it backfires and that instead Dorcas gets all of your thoughts. So
Yes.
Go and roll a d6. If you get a 1,
Okay.
Dorcas will be flooded with the thoughts.
4.
Okay, yeah, so you're able to read Dorcas's thoughts. So, assuming you think about what you saw, is there something you want to think about, Dorcas? Beyond?
Yeah, I do want to think about the Hobgoblin King and what he was saying, and communicate the fact that they're going to be on us, and probably as soon as night falls, if not before. So, and I want to kind of think, I'll just think about that and about the town and sort of the layout, what I saw.
I wonder if Lord Porton, maybe if you like challenge his king, like you're a lord, and like you challenge his king 1-on-1 and wants to defeat him, the rest of them would probably just give up, don't you think?
What is this if I were to defeat him?
Well, I mean, you've got 2 good weapons now, so surely you will.
Of course I will defeat him.
If I hear that, I'm going to think even harder about how tough he looked into Ingle. I'll be like, no.
Yeah, Dorcas is thinking that this goblin looked really tough, like really tough.
As I rubbed the greasy chicken on my tunic.
He had a fur cape and everything.
Yeah.
He's probably a bear. Yeah.
Nightfall in about
Get
an
'em,
hour
bear.
or so. I would say let's get out of here, because how many of us are here? 1, 2. He starts counting. How many of us are here actually?
7, I think.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we need to kill. And he like starts counting on his finger. It's like, a lot. Yes, we need to kill a lot. Each of us.
Well, I am good for 10.
All right. Well, I still like the idea that I mentioned before. I mean, if I'm the only one that's missing, it won't make too much difference. So maybe I can go to the other side of the town and then blow that horn and see if I can take some of them away from you guys.
I will challenge the king and the large one at the same time.
Oh boy.
Well, and I can't call forth any more dragons.
I will challenge the king.
I will think to Ingle that they're looking for the magic user, the very powerful wizard.
Yeah, Angle will relay that information.
Well, let's get
Yeah,
out of here.
Rollis will look over towards Nils's body.
That they don't find us like last time because they're gonna ambush us again. Let's move. We're faster than them.
Ambush has been very successful for us lately.
Yeah, but we have a bunch of people that died.
Yes, but we have also killed many. I'm all for the ambush.
All right. Well, see you guys. And then Fabrice starts heading westward, further away from the group.
You're really soft, Young.
He says he's traveling west, away from the group by himself.
So into the woods.
Into the woods, farther away from the group,
Okay.
and he's heading west.
Okay. Are you just gonna like go out there and hide?
No, he's just gonna continue to circle around, like onto the other side of the town because we're sort of on the south side of the town, right? And,
Yeah, but you're pretty far away from the town. You're like half a mile away.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to move towards the town?
He's gonna move like further away from the town, like on the opposite direction.
So south.
No. I mean, like diagonally. So west.
Okay.
I think what he's wanting to do is like to go northwest, kind of west northwest, and blow that
Yeah,
horn.
That's exactly.
Okay, you're gonna go off to the side of the town. You're not like retreating.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I gotcha. So you're gonna go like northwest. Gotcha. That makes sense.
And as he leaves, he's gonna tell Winchester, okay, stay with the group and don't die, all right? And he's gonna continue on northwest of the town, and like 30 minutes later, after traveling for a little while, he's gonna blow that horn to try and lead these guys away in the opposite direction.
Okay. So right around that time, you guys are waiting, and Dorcas, you feel a little funny, like a little tingle in your body, and all of a sudden, like you're back, and you kind of fall down a couple feet onto the ground, naked. For some reason, though, you have a very like fresh peppermint scent.
All right.
Oh, it's this time of the evening. Very well. And I begins stripping off his clothes.
No, chap. No, it was because of the potion I drank. Who has my stuff?
Winchester does.
May I please dress myself? It's
Of course. Here you go. Winchester gives it back to you.
All right, and then about that time, you hear. It's a weird note because he has not used to playing that instrument, like a kid in band class.
Huh.
Did you all hear that?
Well, at least Fabrice made it that far.
Are you sure it is him?
Did you hear that sound?
How well do we know hobgoblin horns?
well, it's just a logic, old chap. We were expecting to hear him blow a horn around this time, and a horn sounds. It must be him. How many other horns are there?
Then what are we waiting for?
You've got about 30 minutes until the night falls.
Someone get me on my horse.
Well, we can
Oh,
all
come on.
mount up. Yeah.
Bend over so I may stand upon you and get on my horse.
Winchester?
Hey, don't look at me. Reese is paying me, says.
Now don't move.
Okay, Lord Boynton. And he
Steady.
leans down.
Be strong, lad.
You've been gaining some pounds, sir. And then he starts wobbling.
Easy,
Dorcas,
boy.
Dorcas, are you going to go and interpret for Porton and let the king know that he's going to challenge him one-on-one?
That was an actual plan and not just some sort of weird joke.
Of course it's a plan.
There are many hobgoblins and they're all coming for us.
Well, after Porton defeats the Hobgoblin King, they're all going to run away.
Yes. Victory is assured by my hand. Justice is in my blade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is the plan of Fabrice after you blow the horn?
He drinks the potion of diminution and hides in a small hole.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay. We're going to have to roll to see if a squirrel finds you, but we'll deal with that in a second. Yeah, okay. So you're off in the woods and you're tiny now. I mean, you were small enough before, now you're really small. Are you just going to wait for the king to arrive? Is that the plan? Good, we can just shoot forward if you're going to ride to the town.
I'm going to ride to the town.
Okay. Everybody's following, I'm assuming.
If this is truly the plan,
We shall ride. What?
I look at Ingle and I say, I thought as hard as I could at you about how powerful he is. How could you let this happen?
No,
I am powerful.
I tried my best to relay your thoughts. And
I know, it's not your fault, dear. Ugh. Well, I'm taking his horse since I gave up Nils's when he dies.
fair.
Okay. Yeah, so you start riding towards the town, and you get there kind of just as the sun is setting, and you actually see there's a whole group of hobgoblins. They're kind of just like sitting on the ground, like rolling dice or whatever. And of course, you hear from one of the towers as you start to approach. And they all kind of stand up, and the king steps forward, seeing how boldly you're approaching. And he says, which means, have you come to give us your skulls to drink from?
And Dorcas will reply, which means, no, we have come to challenge you to single combat. Not me, him. And I point at Boyden.
Oh.
I have the skull. I have the head on the end of the spear.
Yep.
Oh, right, of the oiled up guy?
Yeah.
Ah, so the other oiled up guy, who you realize now, looking at them close together, they were probably twin brothers.
Yes.
He kind of looks, and he says, which means, that's my brother, man.
I hurl it at him.
It just hits him in the face. Okay, so the king, what's Dorcas's charisma?
I believe, let me make sure, but I think it's 13, so not terrible.
Oh, so that should be a +1 to reaction, I think, which might actually be good for you right now.
I hope so.
Yeah, he looks, he says, which means I accept your challenge. And then he steps forward with his hammer, and he lifts it up high in the air, and then he slams it on the ground, so a bunch of dust and stuff goes flying.
All right, I look at Poyton and I say, well, old chap, but I believe he has accepted. It is up to you now.
Said very
Cheerio.
well. My wineskin. I just reached my hand back. My wineskin.
I'll just hand him a wineskin.
Give it to the hobgoblin.
I'll give him Nils's.
Or Nils. The other 11, I guess, hobgoblins and the oiled up hobgoblin are kind of form like a semicircle around, and they're like tapping their spears, which means like, Oh, cool. This is good. In Hobgoblin.
Yes,
Good
and I
luck.
will unsheath the sword. And I will hang the mace on my side. And I will waddle forward.
All right. Yeah, he steps forward as well. All right. Well, we're going to go into single combat. So I guess this is, if you have a dexterity bonus or penalty, you'll apply it to your d6 roll. He does not, so he's going to roll straight d6 for initiative. You got it, Troy.
I got a 6. I love
Hey!
this die.
Yes.
Nice.
All right. You get to go first.
Oh my gosh. It's a 1.
Oh. You move quickly, maybe too quickly, and stumble in the small hole that he put in the ground with his hammer, standing right in his reach
I
now.
stumble on the mace.
Right. What is this clerical weapon? All right. So the Hobgoblin King smiles with his crooked teeth, and he says, which means, I may take you for my bride. And then he attacks and rolls a 19.
Whoa!
That's going to hit. And he's got this pole arm, essentially.
Yes.
He rolls 10 damage.
Mm-hmm. And I'm down to -3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you kind of stumble forward, kind of dropping your head like this, and he just goes, and your face just goes into the ground. It like bounces, it hits the ground so hard. And then he looks up, and he goes, oh! And all the hobgoblins raise their spears, and they're about to charge the rest of the group.
Can we do something to try to catch him by surprise, Daniel? Rawlis wants to try something that's seeing point and go down.
Sure. Yeah, sure. If you
She
see
is
that happen,
going- Yeah,
Well,
she
go ahead,
wants
roll-
to. I'll
Okay,
go
tell me.
roll what? 6?
yeah, just roll to see if they're surprised. You can just roll a
I rolled
d6. One
a 2.
or two, they're surprised.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Oh, yeah, they're surprised. What do you do?
She is going to grab that potion of immunization that she has that she took off Red,
Mhm.
and she's going to take off running towards the Hobgoblin King, and she's going to look at Dorcas and say, "Tell them the Great Wizard is going to make them disappear, and I want to take the potion and try to jump on him with his open mouth and break it into his mouth and make him go down to 6 inches."
Yeah, I'll yell that. Absolutely. In my horribly
Wow.
English accented hobgoblin.
All right, you're going to force feed him a potion.
Yeah,
like
I'm
it.
going to try because
All right.
I know, but he's probably got his mouth open, celebrating and laughing, and so I just.
Oh,
wanna
yeah, he
run
does.
and
He's
jump
like,
on him and break it.
yeah, go ahead and make an attack. I'm going to give him a saving throw if you hit, but he's just got regular armor class 6. I mean, it's not so.
Oh nope, that's armor class 8.
Ah, okay, yeah. So you smash it on his forehead. It drips down his face, and he kind of just looks at you. And then they all, "Roar!" Okay, so what's everybody going to do? So you're standing in front of the Hobgoblin King. Rollis, what would you like to do next round? Oh, I'm sorry, you guys
probably
you had a surprise. If anybody else wanted to do something else, did anybody else
I'm
want to
gonna
react?
die.
Angel's gonna look at Dorcas and say, "Well, it was nice knowing you, Dorcas."
No, you could actually try to do something as like a surprise as she's running forward. If anybody wanted to make another react, they were surprised on that. So, does anybody else want to do anything else while the smashing of glass is happening, or no? We're
Uh,
gonna go for it.
could Robin fire her crossbow?
Yeah, sure. I do.
All right.
Just into the
at
crowd?
One of, at one of the regular
Okay.
goblins. No, she's not gonna hit.
Okay.
Well, Winchester is gonna take a shot at the Goblin King.
At the Goblin King. Okay.
Yeah. Like,
Go ahead.
Better go for glory. And I rolled 10, so that it's AC 10.
AC 10? No. You're probably smash. You smash that, and then like the arrows hit the ground, and then they go. "Whoa." All right. So what's everybody want to do? Roll. You're standing in front of the Hobgoblin King.
I'm going to try to pull a dagger out and just stab him.
That would be awesome if you kill him with a dagger. Dorcas, what's your plan?
My plan is to run away.
Okay.
He's like, I quite literally thought this would happen.
Ingle and Robin.
Ingle and Robin are going to join Dorcas.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Fortune. You got nothing to do. How about Fabrice? And Fabrice is in the woods. What about Winston?
Winchester.
Hop on the
Winchester.
horse that he rode in, and he's gonna hightail out of there.
You're gonna run. Okay. All right. So let's. All right. Let's. Who hasn't rolled initiative? Well, Mike, you can roll because you're
I
dead.
guess I'm the only one fighting. I guess it's up to me, huh?
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Go
it's
for
you,
it.
Tony.
Yep. All right, Tony.
Ooh, a
2.
6.
Oh, all right. You go first.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna
yeah,
try
you-
to stab him.
Yeah. Go for it.
Oh wow, here come all the bad rolls. No, I don't even hit armor class 9.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. So you hear the horses shuffling and everybody starts taking off. On the horse, you're on horses too, which is pretty fast. You miss. Okay, so let me just figure this out if I can. A horse goes. Let me get the speed of a horse. I don't know if they can throw the spears far enough to even be able to attack you because you're moving before they are. Let me see. I can't imagine, but I'm just curious. So I wanna look. It's always good to know these things. How fast a horse goes. I think they move 18 inches. Monster listing. Horse. Riding horses. No. They move 240 feet. Well, you're not technically in combat because you're too far away. So they move 240 feet. So yeah, you will have moved out of range of them throwing the spears. I think even they just all like whip their spears at the horses as they take off. But except for the Hobgoblin King, of course, who was going to try to level his hammer on top of Rolls' head. And rolls a 5, so he misses.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
He's so surprised by this whole potion thing. The rest of the party is running. He like swings at you, and he's got some potion in his. One of his eyes shrunk a little bit because some potion got in. So he misses with the hammer, and then he just kind of looks at you.
Winchester
As
being a
every. What's that?
Winchester being a lawful fella, he's gonna try to go back there and try to get Rollis on the horse to try to get her out of there too.
You're super soft. Could you just up your volume? Jan, I can barely hear you.
I'm just gonna bring it closer to
There you go.
my face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Winchester is gonna try to ride back and get Rollis on his horse and try to get her out of there.
Oh, you're gonna like circle back and like ride up and try to do the scoop like a cowboy movie.
Yeah, I mean he's a lawful fella, and he's just gonna do that.
All right, yeah, you can certainly do that. All right, so that'll happen next round. So you're gonna spin around and do that. Of course, you're gonna take a hail of. Well, no, they all threw their spears, right? So they don't even have any spears. So you might actually be all right to do that. Okay. They're just gonna try to like grab your horse as you ride by. So you're gonna get basically a whole bunch of hobgoblins trying to attack you as you run in. What's everybody else doing? You see Winston turn around. Is anybody else turning around? Dorcas or the magic users?
You must live to fight another day, darling. No. I'm running.
Yeah, no, I'm lawful myself, but I'm not stupid.
All right. So you're booking it. I mean, they can't catch you. You're on horses. So all right. So we'll do this. Go ahead and I'm assuming that you want to try to be picked up, right, Rolls?
Yeah, because she sees Winchester come back that way, but she's going to actually drop the dagger and look at the Hobgoblin King and say something to him. Of course, she's going to say it in common, probably not knowing if he can understand it or not. But that's what her plan is until maybe to see what Winchester does.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just roll initiative to see how this works. Because of course he already rode away, so it's going to take him the whole round to get back.
Out of
4.
3.
All right, so he's going first. He's going to try to hit you first before Winchester comes back. Ooh, that time he rolled a 17. Only 4 points damage, though. Oh no,
And
he's +2, 6 points.
yeah, and he drives her into the ground like a fence post.
Yeah, so Winchester turns around and starts to ride back. You're like halfway back, and you see, and she's now halfling size as she crumbles into the ground.
Oh man. Yeah, he does like merry-go-round type of thing. It's like do 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 do, and he circles back and he's running out of there.
All right. Yeah, they scream, "Arr!" And you see the rest of the hobgoblins like running forward to grab their spears. But I mean, you're on horses; they're not going to be able to catch you. They just start charging after the party who's run away, and they bravely ran away. So yeah, they on horses. They have no chance of catching you. So you get back to the road. I guess. Are you just basically going home? You're just done. Is that the plan? I think that's the plan, right?
I can't wait to hear what happens to Fabrice.
Yeah, exactly.
No squirrels.
All right, Fabrice. All right, let's see. Roll. Go ahead, Young. I'm going to let you roll it. Roll a d6. On a 1 or a 2, some kind of animal is going to see you and
I
decide
got
your
3.
evening. Okay, yeah. So you are very lucky. You sit in the tree for an hour or whatever the potion lasts, and eventually it comes back, and you get big again. Nobody. You haven't heard any more horns or anything. And I guess you make your way back to the where you left the party. Was that what your plan was? Or are you going to the village?
He's gonna wait, and not hearing anything, he's gonna get back on the road and head back.
All right, yeah. So you go back. I mean, they're way ahead of you. So by the time maybe they travel back on their horses. Of course, it's already night, so they travel just as far as they feel is safe towards town, and then camp. And then it's probably like the middle of the night, and one of you guys are on guard duty when you see walking down the road a weary halfling. But yeah, you got 90 silver pieces. All right, so I guess we're at the point now that we're going to say, how does this end for Dorcas?
Dorcas says, I rather liked Rollis, and I feel bad for leaving her, but I did warn them that the plan was more of a joke than a plan, and, well, there'll be other bookish thieves, I'm sure. He's going to go back to the nearest village and just go to a tavern and try to nurse his wounded pride, and he feels pretty bad, but he's happy to be alive. He knows that he'll get another henchman, poor Nils, right? And he'll live to fight another day.
Yeah. Yeah, you get you're probably able to go back to town and maybe sell that writ for a handful of gold pieces to support your yourself in an inn until you find some more adventure. Between the three of you. 3, right? There's only 3 of you left. No, 4 actually. Ingle and Robin both survived. What happens with them?
Ingle takes the stone that she was rubbing earlier out of her pocket and begins to run it over her fingers again and says, "You know what? This land wasn't very fit for a school anyway. It was way too far out. We'll have to find another place to make our school." And Robin says, Yes, maybe that's what you do. But me, I'm going to head to the Bandit's Keep where I like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for future videos.
Well, Robin was always the smartest of all the henchmen. So finally, what happens to Fabrice, the halfling?
Fabrice returns and he says, "Oh, Winchester, you're actually alive. I'm quite surprised myself." And Winchester says, "Yeah, I tried to save one of the mages, but couldn't do it. I feel kind of bad." And it's like, "Don't worry about that, chap, because we have a fantastic story to tell. We could go around the inn, tell the story, and earn money that way. Yes, we'll be fine." And those two, go around different taverns and relays this sad tale of, brave Sir Poynton and, the lost mage who fought against the horde of hobgoblins.
Nice. And now next time I run this, I'll have to fortify the Hobgoblin King with a magic sword and mace.
Yeah, and he's also got a +1 ring of protection also now.
Right. Yeah, if you took it off your body, yeah. So yeah. Awesome job, guys. That was It was tough. That was maybe not the wisest thing to challenge him to 1-to-1, but you never know. He wasn't impossible to beat, that's for sure. But excellent. Hopefully you had a good time. And I think we'll end it there, right? Let's see.